This is where, due to all the electrical power companies, everything like that, yeah, all the electrics just gonna have a massive blackout in most of England,
don't.
and
My laptop's charged. It should get me at least a couple of hours continued play.
yeah, it's your router that's the problem.
I'll spot it to my phone.
I like this.
Yeah,
No problems,
yeah,
just
this is
solutions.
good.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like
Yes.
it.
Yeah, that's what you call a die-hard member of the team right there. He's just fanatically going, right, we've had enough of this planning shit. I want to kill something.
Yeah, hopefully. Unless we spend
Dex,
2 hours.
Dex,
I think we've
Dex,
got
we're
another
not
hour.
murder hobos. We're not murder hobos, are
That's
we?
true.
Remember that.
No.
Mate,
No,
I'm
we're
Schrodinger's
murder
fucking
planners.
dwarf at this point.
Fair. Is it alive? Is it dead?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody fucking knows. Has someone covered up their air hole? Cute.
I have no words. Okay, so
I said air hole, not asshole.
I didn't assume that you.
Oh, I thought that's what. Oops. I genuinely, I'm
Moving
really,
on.
really sorry there, guys. I genuinely thought that she was like rolling her eyes at thinking I'd said something else. It's like, no, I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
So moving on.
Oh, Dex,
Let's move.
don't ever change.
Change what?
Exactly, Sugarplum.
Right. So, last session, which was like 5 years ago.
Last week, yeah.
You were giving a mission to eliminate a target called Captain Marcan, who is on his own little island just off of Waterdeep. You travelled to Waterdeep, found a warehouse where you made a plan for a really long time, like a really long time, and ended up with the plan that Rika would get into a box as human cargo. Salah is going to be escorted by Meshach to the island, with Bundy scouting ahead because obviously nobody would know about Bundy over there. And Vic is just hiding, as he was hiding as a spider, I think it was, for a little while.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. So yeah, it was a long time that you were coming up with this plan.
And now it's flawless. It can't fail.
I am. Yeah, I'm sure it can't. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fine. So the job is actually to get to the island, eliminate Captain Marcan, and get his amulet to confirm that the job is done. And when you bring that back to the HQ, then payment will be made.
Can I ask a question, Lynn?
Yes.
Were we planning for long enough that we had a short rest?
Fucking long rest, mate.
Actually, yeah, I think. Did you not stay over in the?
Yeah, didn't we sort of finish? We're going to pubs or something. We were all going to different.
Yeah,
that's right.
Went to different taverns or whatever. So you would have actually got a long rest rather than a short one.
Wow.
Hey, we're fucking hey.
Exactly right. So you weren't in a box. You haven't even put in the box yet. The box is what's coming next.
Look, listen, right? Okay, if the rest of the party had their way, Rika would have been stuffed in that box overnight.
I don't think the party is like Rika, actually. I think he's all right, isn't it? I don't have any.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's not an antisocial person. Yeah, occasionally sets people on fire, but if that's antisocial, then
there's a chance we're all up for that. So
yeah,
that's true.
That is true.
Just remember, there's no such thing as a pyromaniac, only a pyro enthusiast.
All right, yeah, I actually like that. That's good.
Sure.
If I've had a long rest, I might just play with my spells a wee bit while we're starting and just change some prepared spells. But
that's exactly what I was doing right now.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good shout.
That is fun.
I was like, what have I got prepared? What am I doing?
Yeah.
So there isn't actually a map for Waterdeep that's in here. So here, have a nice picture of the dock ward where you have been staying in Waterdeep.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, isn't it? It's nice and pretty. So yeah, as you wake up in the morning, most of the taverns in the dock ward are quite busy anyway, with the docks being generally quite busy. So you would come downstairs into the main area of the tavern, and both of the taverns that you stayed in, because you went to two different ones, would be already kind of filling up with people coming down, getting ready to set off quite early. Ships that are setting sail, sailors that have just come in this morning. It's pretty much constantly busy. There would be breakfast available if you wanted it. And then it's up to you what you want to do. I can't remember who was with who, though. Who went with who?
Well, I believe that's how long it's been. I don't remember people's names.
Didn't we split? Yeah, didn't we split because obviously whoever's walking up there we didn't want them to be seen with
you.
Yeah, thanks.
So
yeah.
you were doing your own thing, so that way, if they did look in the box and go, "Hey, you guys were all in town earlier," they can make it look like you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Did I not go with Meshack into the pub? Because I melded into the floor.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking lunatic.
I think you went with Dex into the pub.
No, yeah, that was me. That was me.
Because I had Scott with me.
And
with the two la-di-das in the rough pub.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The two dandy boys. They went into the rough place, which I found hilarious. Because the entire.
And yet we survived.
But I was going to get the shit kicked out of them by just these two guys. That's all I thought. I just thought all these ruffians are just going to get yeeted out, and there's just going to be two like poshly dressed guys just stood there drinking with their little pinkies out. Yeah.
So,
indeed.
Assuming that you each get up, kind of grab a quick breakfast, and head to the warehouse, where you would find it's pretty kind of busy there. You can see that a shipment's being made for one of the boats that has come in. So the half-orc is very busy, kind of like ferrying things back and forth to this, and kind of like looks up, like grunts a little bit as he carries on with what he's doing. There is a little box there available, though, for you to shove a dwarf in if you want.
A little dwarf into.
Hey.
Would we know how long it takes to get out to the island once we're on the boat? I know we discussed that, but I can't remember.
So it isn't a massively long journey, so it will probably take you like 3, 4, 5 hours. Like it's not going to take you like days and days to get there.
Okay, but it's a couple of hours on the boat out.
My God, please stop.
I'm just annoyed, but go on.
What's happening?
It's just rolling like 5 separate blunderbuss shots.
So it's a couple of hours to get out there.
Yeah. Please stop.
I'm stopping on that one. It's 21.
Cool. So, have we decided to actually get on the boat then? Because I'm still a bit confused over this.
Oh God.
Well, there was talk of rowing out there, wasn't there?
Shit.
Oh yeah, and we would get the orc to help us, weren't we? Did we end up convincing him?
Yeah, he was going to row us out.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Where the fuck's my notes? Because I made notes.
I made notes, but I can't find them, so I've just started with a new book.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I can't find my old notes. So I'm relying on everyone else with his notes from the last session.
To the boat!
No, Lord.
Yeah.
Vic is very
So-
Right,
eager.
right. The dwarf is going over in the box, in the boat, while the others are heading to the bridge. That was the plan. That was the plan.
To the bridge.
Okay.
To what?
There
What
was an
bridge?
entry. There was entry somewhere else, and I think we were going to try. Oh, what was it? It was
Oh,
like
Oh wait,
two-
we could
two
go on
forms
another
of
ship or
entry.
something.
Because there was talk of flying over, wasn't there? There was some talk of flying.
we did.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
we
that's not
dismissed that.
happening,
Yeah.
We dismissed that, yeah.
Too many lookouts
Yeah,
and too far a distance to maintain flying for that many people.
yeah.
I can't remember if the people that were staying away from Ricker. I can't remember if they were going to walk because I was sure there was like a bridge access, but it was heavily
No.
guarded.
Definitely no
And
bridge
they were-
access.
they-
This is an
Yeah.
island that is quite a way away from the
Ah.
coastline. So
Oh, that's
definitely-
it.
Which about
That's it. Ricker was going to be going over as a box for delivery,
Mhm.
and the
And
other
the
two
sellers-
individuals, yeah,
Yep, salad.
and the
So
other
sellers
two
acting as a
individuals were
rich,
going to
posh seller.
pretend to
and
go
then-
in, yeah, as recruits or something else, or merchants or anything. I think it
No,
was.
no. It was we've
Yeah.
got Sal's a rich, sophisticated person, and he's got this cargo that he wanted to offload, so he's taking it to the island to
that's the
put
one.
onto a
Yeah.
ship.
There we go.
And so I was being his like escort / something.
Bodyguard. Yeah.
You were the cargo in the
Yep.
crate, along with I can't remember your character's name. Vic.
So
Yep.
Vic is going to be hiding. Yeah, because
Vic is going to be little and hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, there's hotels. There's a hotel on the island, or a pub, I should say,
Mhm.
on the island. We're going to get a room. Then we can then use that as our base and put the crate put in there. And then
That's it.
once we're in, we can start scooping around from on the island. I think that was the plan.
Yep, that was it. We was going to try and find everything from there. Yeah.
And so you need to pretend to be asleep in the crate or knocked out, or potentially tied up. Tied up so that if they do look in the crate together, what's this cargo?
Yeah,
You can say
that was
none of your business.
yeah, that was the backup plan.
It's a debt that's being paid. And
Yeah,
hope that pirates are okay with human cargo.
and if they're not, then it's literally flame
Boom,
on.
boom, pow, pow.
Murder hobos.
Subtle as ever.
Yeah.
Literally fucking Jack in the Box with a fucking shotgun.
Exactly.
I will say, just in the interest of all of us having plans, wild trip only lasts 2 hours. So if we're on the ship for more than 4 hours, I'm going to be hiding as Vic, not hiding as.
Well, because it's got to be a long way out, and you're quite small, aren't you?
Hmm.
So you could just sort of be hiding under a blanket on the boat until we get close to shrink down.
That's a
Yeah.
fair point.
Cool.
I'm going to be hiding as a box from start to finish.
Nice. I was going to ask Lynn,
loosely
because
bound.
I was going to ask Lynn, while we're traveling on the boat, would I be able to use my ritual spell of Find Familiar and actually get to pick a familiar if that's okay?
Mhm.
Awesome. So yeah, awesome.
And I wanted to use my ritual spell to timing it. So just as we arrive, to comprehend languages.
Okay. Yep.
Mm.
Sweet.
Sweet.
How did it take 2 hours last time and 15 minutes this time?
I think it only took
Yeah,
15
don't
minutes
ask.
because of the 2 hours last time.
let's not think about that anymore.
Hmm.
In case it
Yes.
creeps back in.
I mean, you've still got to, once you get to the island, then come up with the plan of what you're going to do.
Oh,
So,
sweet baby Jesus! Stop.
you
But
know,
that's fine
When
because
do we come to it?
once Dex is on, he can be out of his box moving around because he's past the
I
gate.
can walk through
people just
walls,
assume there's gonna be
so-
a lot of people on there. No one's going to
Yeah.
know if he's meant to be there or not by then.
Mhm.
That's true. So, are we going to get the orc to help us row out then? Is that the plan moving forward? Will you do
Yeah.
that? Cool.
And I suppose it makes it look more official than if it looks like we're going to stay. If he then turns and takes the boat back, it looks like we're there waiting for the thing, and then we just got to come up with a game plan on the fly to how to get off the island.
I respect this.
I think this island is fucked.
I'll write that in my notes, Dex.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so as you kind of all stood around by the warehouse, you would see the familiar orc. Like I say, he's kind of ferrying things back and forth to a boat, kind of takes the final thing, and then like is slowly making his way back towards the warehouse, looking a little bit tired, but not super tired. He's clearly used to doing it. It's just kind of catching his breath as he kind of like wanders over, sees you all kind of staring at him, and is like, "Hello."
His name was Jem, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Jem. There we go.
And the other was it a gnome? The other one was it
was
Shrilt?
a
Yeah, it's Shrilt, weren't it? Yeah, it sounded like Shrilt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm loving the notes. I'm making notes on the fly.
Dockmaster on the other side's name was Crane. Guards don't like him. It's about
so
100
you learned
men.
that when you were in.
From my contact.
Yep.
The busy periods of dusk till dawn, which is when we're going over, so hopefully that'll help us blend in a bit. There's Eric's Bar Tavern. We need payment when we arrive at the dock.
Yep.
Right?
Look at all these notes. I like this.
Hugh
When we
was
go and
not
see
drinking
Jem,
last game.
Excellent.
When we go and see Jem, I'm already a spider because, I mean, one, I have no desire to speak to Jem, but two, I think it probably might go against us if I am there. So,
Wait, hold on a minute. Is Hugh drinking now?
Water.
All right then.
Such a good boy.
Don't tell me it's don't be telling me it's water and it's actually vodka. All right,
You'll be able to tell by the end of the session.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So, Jem kind of stops, kind of like stares and goes, "Hello," like as you're all kind of looking at him expectantly.
Jem, my good man, we are in need of your assistance today. Today is the day we head to the island.
Okay, so you need me to row because you're all a little weak? And he kind of like raises an eyebrow.
At this, so I'll just kind of... Oh, go on, Mishak. Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
So I would just pipe up this. We're not weak. We are simply cultured. That is all, good sir. But your help, as always, will be most appreciated if you could. Big, strong man like yourself, obviously.
As you say that, he kind of like flexes a little bit. Not like he's not doing like a bodybuilder pose or whatever, but he flexes a little bit. And he's like, sure, yeah, the rowboat's down here, and starts kind of like stomping off towards where the rowboat is.
And as he stomps off, I'll ask. Go on. Go on,
Jem,
Mishak.
my strongly abled friend. We also need assistance carrying this crate down to the boat.
Fine. And he kind of like turns, walks back up. Which crate?
I'll give it a bit of a kick. This one.
Okay. Have you already put Ricker inside this? Or is...
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Let's say Rick is already in.
Okay.
Loosely bound, popped in. Jem saw it, but Jem doesn't care.
Yeah.
Does Mishak have to roll for damage?
He'll probably gain health.
Kick the
Oh,
box
okay.
again, you'll have to roll for damage.
Yeah, so
Trust
Jem
me,
kind
you'd
of...
have gained health with my -1 strength.
That is true. Jem kind of like raises another eyebrow, kind of like lifts the lid of the crate a little and like looks inside at Ricker and it's like, are you gonna be alright in there?
Do I look alright?
No.
Like really cramped up and all like annoyed and irritable and like
It's like, you seem fine. Puts the lid back on, picks it up and starts
Goddamn
walking
orcs!
kind of slowly towards the boat. kind of
I was going to say, I'll pat him on the back and be like, Jem, one day your grandchildren shall tell tales of this moment, and give him bardic inspiration.
Okay. He's kind of like, the moment I had a dwarf in a crate.
Helping a successful plan come together.
Oh. Okay. And he kind of like gets to the boat, lifts it in, and kind of just drops the crate into the boat. So Rika would be kind of bounced around a little bit as Jem then kind of climbs in and gets ready with the oars, kind of looks to the rest of the party like, well.
So at this, Solar kind of like almost not daintily, but in a sort of attempting a refined manner, tries to pick up his clothes, his robes as he steps into the boat and tries to find what he believes to be the cleanest spot on this little dinghy thing. And he's trying really hard not to turn his nose up at the smell of it. So
yeah, you would be
very
able to
grateful.
probably tell that it's not a pristine rowboat. You know, it's obviously been used quite a few times. There's a quite a strong smell of fish that would make you think that at some point, obviously, a couple of fishermen have maybe rowed it out and brought back their catch with it. So it's definitely not, you know, it's not really fit for Salar to be on there, but needs must.
No, indeed.
I'll step on and prestidigitation a spot on the bench for myself before I sit down.
Nice.
That's actually a really good idea. Do I prestidigitation?
Yep. So literally, as soon as you
I do as well.
As soon as you step onto the boat, Jem just immediately starts kind of like rowing.
Good speed, my good sir.
Yeah, it's just as soon as your foot's on there, he's like, "Yep, okay." And it's as he's kind of like rowing out of the dock ward. Obviously, you know, he is quite a strong half orc, but it's taken quite a lot
It's a
out of
long
him.
way,
So he's
yeah.
kind of like completely concentrating on what he's doing. He's just like kind of grunting as he's doing it occasionally, as he takes you on the journey towards the island.
As we're traveling over, I would have sent Invisible Bundy over to sort of scout where we're arriving to report back on people, like the number of people we can expect roughly when we arrive and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, well, what I can do for you is I can so you should be on a different map now.
I am. It's black, but I'm on it.
It's black. Interesting. That's interesting. Does he have it? He does have vision.
He does. Who? Bundy or?
Bundy.
That reminds me, I need to bring up a character sheet for that so I can see what he can do.
Why is it black? That is interesting. Let's just do this. There you go. Can you see now?
Nope.
No. That is very strange because Bundy is on the map. Let's try.
Are we supposed to see anything? Because all I can see is the dock.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see anything.
Okay.
Now can you see anything?
Nope.
Have you tried scrolling out?
I have, yeah. I'm as far out as I can
I
go.
can see what your character can see. It is working for me.
Hmm.
So that is. Oh no, it's it's fine. Now can you
I can
see?
see.
Imagine
I can
that.
see everything.
Imagine that if I put you on the right layer. That would work, wouldn't it? So
Yep.
yes, this is what Bundy can see. As obviously he is invisible, but I can't make the token invisible. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. So as he kind of arrives, it's not a massively busy dock at the moment. you can see that there are a few people kind of ambling around, some sort of like urchin people looking over there. This guy is selling things from his cart. And you can see that there seems to be some sort of market over at the top area.
Yep.
This building just here has got people kind of coming and going quite regularly. You can hear laughter and things coming from inside it, so you would assume that probably is the tavern, based on the fact that people are regularly in and out.
And vomiting outside. Got it.
Kind of some people staggering around, things like that. There's a couple of, well, there's one big ship in the dock at the minute and a couple of rowboats and things like that coming in, starting to unload and things like that. Bundy would also see this here, who is, my god, my cat is going absolutely crazy, who is a very powerful looking full orc, kind of surrounded by what look like guards of some kind, but he wouldn't necessarily know who that was. I don't know how much he would have been told or even know how intelligent Bundy is. Called Norman. Yes, he's called Norman. No, he's not called Norman.
Alrighty. So yeah, he'll just be flying around and scoping it all out, taking it in, waiting till he can sense Meshach within like thought range for them to be chatting, which I think is like 100 feet or something.
Yeah. So yeah, in the meantime, obviously Jem is still power rowing to try and get you to the island as fast as possible. And we'll just say that this is your boat here as he brings you in. I'll have to just pop Vic and Rika on the map as well, but obviously they are hidden. It's just so that they can actually see what the hell is going on. Here you go. As you kind of pull up to the dock is quite busy in terms of ships kind of coming in and out. Like I said, there's a little market up at the top, but Rika, you would know none of that because you are in a box.
I was just going to say, all I can see is blackness because I am in a box.
All I can see is blackness because I'm up a sleeve.
Yeah, aha! Well, friend. Well. We travel in the same circles.
So as you kind of get there, Jem stands up, kind of stretches, like moves his arms a little bit, sighs, grabs the crate, lifts it onto the. In fact, so we'll say that this crate here is the crate that Rika is in. Lifts it onto the dock, and then kind of is like, "Is that everything? Do you need anything more from me?"
That is all, my good friend. I'm sure we can. Oh, I regret saying this right now. I'm sure we can get someone to help us move this crate to our room.
If you say so. And he kind of like gets back in the boat, sighs, and starts rowing his way back across the thing.
As he rows away, Salar was like, "What a fine, lovely gentleman, wasn't he? Would you agree, Meshach? He saved us doing any hard labor."
Well, I mean, that part's true, gentlemen. Yeah. Is he?
I mean, compared to the rapscallions round here, I'd say he's one of the finer crop, I may imagine. At this, he kind of looks at his own robes, almost forgetting for a second he had prestidigitation himself, and kind of just cleans off the grime and muck off the back of his own clothes. So he's like, most disgraceful.
So I think what we need to do now, guys, and I'll say this loud enough so that everyone can be hearing, but make it look like I'm just talking to Salah, is get to our room and wait for your contact.
Yes, indeed. I think that would be a fantastic idea.
I'll give you a little nip in the affirmative.
Yeah, so as you're kind of like stood with this crate, you would notice that one of the guards kind of up here has kind of moved away and is walking towards you with a purpose. Kind of steps up onto the dock, makes his way over, and is like, did you just bring a rowboat in?
We did, sir.
That's, you have to pay for that, you know. That's 15 gold.
15 gold. That was not the price we were told.
That seems like a you problem to me.
Can I speak to your manager?
Kind of like raises an eyebrow. Sure. Crane! And the full orc comes kind of stomping over.
I can
What?
see why people don't like him. We have 15 gold, people.
And the guard is like, these people don't want to pay up. I just saw them come up with the rowboat, drop off this cargo. He kind of kicks at the crate. And they're not going to pay. Say 15 gold's too much. The crane kind of like looks at the guard, looks at you. He's like, 15 gold is how much it is. Pay up or get off the island.
Crane, my good sir, I'd like you to introduce you to my esteemed colleague Salah, who is here to meet a very important buyer in the next few days. While we do intend to pay for our docking, the price that we were quoted was not 15 gold.
And at this, Talar just kind of like sticks up his nose a bit. It's like, such matters are beneath me, Mishak. I assumed you had this all sorted out already. You told me it was nowhere near that much.
Okay. So roll persuasion, Mishak, with advantage, because obviously Salah is kind of playing along with this.
While this is going on. Oh no.
That was with advantage. Like,
Oh,
with
shit.
+7 attached.
That's better. While this is going on, I'm just going to crawl out of Meshach's sleeve and kind of put myself in between these barrels, still as a spider, just in case.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. So he kind of like grunts. He's like, and what were you exactly quoted?
We were told the price was 10 gold, sir.
And have you got 10 gold?
I do, but for the extra 5, if you could have one of your men help carry our crate to the tavern where we will be taking a room.
He kind of like raises an eyebrow again and he's like, so you're gonna pay less than we're asking for parking and being on the island, but then you want to borrow my guards to move your cargo. What's in there anyway?
And at this, Salar just gives it a tiny little kick and says, just some cargo, just for an esteemed gentleman who's in the market for, how shall I put this? Yes, exactly. Exactly, dear escort. Use goods. It's a bit beyond its years, but it gives it another tiny little tap on the top with some sort of like Cheshire grin, but it still has some mileage left in it before it falls to bits. So it's okay for now.
Kind of like open it.
We were led
And
to
then
believe this was the establishment that trading materials could be kept private. Otherwise, surely the reputation of the island would not be what it is if no one could bring their goods through without being investigated.
And so Lynn, I'm thinking, I'm not sure how much of an idea this is. No, ignore me on that one. No, ignore me on that one. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. As you kind of are talking, You're using a lot of fancy words that seem to be going completely over Crane's head, and he's like, right, yeah, yeah, reputation, and sure, yeah, okay. And he kind of like holds out his hand, and he's like, 15 gold then, and we'll move the crate.
And I'll give him 15 gold. Apparently I have.
I think you were given gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about. Oh, what was it? Was it?
Well,
Was
I've got
30 or
19 gold
50
on my.
from...
I've got 19 on my character sheet, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that you were provided with gold. So he kind of like takes the gold, like looks at it, counts it a little bit, puts it in like a little pouch, nods, and looks towards the guard, kind of like hits him, and he's like, take that to the tavern, and then starts kind of walking back off to go to the big boat over here, where he is asking one of the captains that has just kind of arrived. He's like, what are you doing here? Like, having a conversation. This guard kind of like sighs. Right. So I'm moving this, am I?
Please,
Yes,
if you
please
would,
be
good
careful.
sir. I've been... Indeed, I feel like as though I've been standing here all day. I'm getting very hungry. Chop chop, will you, please?
Kind of just looks as if he's going to get angry. Looks towards Crane and just reaches
He
over.
does seem quite the brute, your captain.
Yeah, well, he's well, it's not my place to say, is it? And he kind of like
No,
looks again.
but you poor guys, you must be worked very hard. I hope you were at least allowed to have a drink in the evening.
Yeah, sometimes. Obviously, it depends on if we're guarding the fort or not. And he kind of like picks up the crate. He's like, oh, gee, what have you got in here?
Used goods. My good
Indeed.
sir.
This is heavy. And kind of starts kind of like staggering. Clearly not as capable as Jem was of carrying it. Kind of like staggering towards the inn. And he's like, it kind of like looks towards his friend over here, who's just kind of stood like arms folded watching him grinning, and he's like, you could help me. The guy just kind of shakes his head and makes his way off towards the market, starts kind of like browsing the wares over there. He's like, oh, fine. Like,
Well, I do thank you for your help, sir, and if you are off this evening, maybe I can buy you a drink
oh
to
god.
say thank you. He ran away
Oh.
quickly.
Yeah, it is. That's because my W key got stuck. He was like, I'm
I was
off.
like, I didn't know my flirting was that scary.
He's kind of like, oh, yeah. I mean, it's not usual for the people that visit here. They don't usually bother with us guards unless they're in trouble. But sure, yeah. He kind of makes his way inside.
Right, well, there's a lot more people in here. Bundy, you let me down. You didn't scout.
He kind of just drops the crate and he's like, is that everything?
Oh, if you could just wait a minute while we get a room, I would really appreciate your help getting our cargo to our room. As you can see, my employee and I are not of the most physical pursuits.
Sure, fine, no problem.
Is there like a bar counter or somewhere that I can see to?
Yeah. So this is kind of the bar.
That's right, yeah.
There's a woman, kind of just stocking like what look like wine bottles. She's kind of stacking them up. As you approach, she kind of turns, moves to her. She's like, "Hello, hi. How are you?"
Why, hello, darling. How are you? I was wondering, would you have a room for 2 people for 2 nights?
Oh, we're quite busy at the minute. We've got the executive suite if you'd like that. And she kind of like is clearly like looking at how well dressed you are and thinking,
The executive suite, you say? That does sound amazing. Um, may I ask what the going rate is?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's just I think it's about 10 silver. 10 silver. I'd have to ask Calipolis, but I think it's fine. Yeah, 10 silver a night. Did you say you're saying for two?
Yes, so for 2 nights for me and my employer over here. Oh, I take it being the executive suite, privacy will be ensured.
Oh, yes, of course. No one will bother you at all.
Then we'll take it. That sounds amazing.
And she kind of like takes some money from you, puts it behind the counter, and is like, "Would you like me to show you to your room?" And kind of like straightens herself up, seeing that you are actually capable of paying.
Yes, please.
She kind of steps out from behind the bar. It's like, "This way, please," and starts heading this way.
No. Which way did you go? Sorry.
She went this way.
Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah.
The guard will just kind of follow you, like dragging the crate almost now, as the woman gestures into this room. She's like, "Here you go. I hope this is all right for you."
Thank you. And I didn't catch your name. What was it?
Oh, my name's Meg.
Meg, thank you. You've been absolutely wonderful. And I love your hair.
Oh, and she kind of like fluffs it up a little bit. She's like, thank you very much. Well, if you need anything else, I'm usually behind the bar or in the kitchen. Just give me a shout. She kind of starts heading off as the guard keeps dragging the crate kind of down and plops it in kind of in the middle of the room. And he's like, will that be everything?
So I'll slip him like 3 silver.
Yep.
And be like, thank you, good sir. My name was Mishak. What was yours?
Carl. And he kind of like
Carl.
goes as if he's going to shake your hand and then stops himself. He's like, yeah, Carl, that's it.
Carl, yeah. Well, thank you, Carl, and I'll keep an eye out for you tonight for that drink.
He kind of like nods and then heads off out of the bar.
As he walks away, Salar just turns to Mishak and raises an eye in approval and is like, "You are very good at this, good sir. I am most impressed right now how you handle the situation."
Fucking filthy humans.
I agree.
I'm assuming Salar is in the room as well then. I'll move you. There you go.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Something's happened to my map. I can sort of see the main bar area and that's it, but it's a bit out of focus.
Oh, that's strange.
And I can't now see the room that we were in.
Yeah, mine changed as well, so I had a white border around it, but it was still black, so obviously something must have happened.
I can see Rika, I can see Mishak, and I can see myself.
Yeah,
I can see everyone.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
Right, I can see Vic. Oh, I can see Vic as well, yeah.
Let me just hit reload.
It's hard to see me because I'm a tiny spider, but
You are a tiny spider, but with the door closed, you can spread out a bit.
stretch the old
Yep,
bones.
that's fine. Yep, I pressed to refresh and it's all good now.
Yep, okay, good. Yep, so
And we'll
crate
price
is
the
in
crate
there as
open.
well. Yeah, I was going to say.
We'll price it open and be like, well done, old chap. You were an excellent cargo.
Rick is fast asleep.
Amazing.
After all that back chat in the chat,
Yeah. He's fast asleep. He's just like falling asleep. He's just.
As Salar just kind of gazes over the top, it's like, I thought he'd be rather vengeful by now. It's like a cute little baby dog, really, isn't it? Little puppy. Wouldn't you say, my good man?
With that, could I just Ricker just opens one eye and Sala's got a gun pointed at his head the next time he turns round, and Ricker's just like, I'm always ready. Now what's going on? Are we in or what?
We're
At
in.
this, Salar, yeah, we're in. At this, Salar just kind of points the gun away with his pinky finger. Please, good sir, we're meant to be comrades here. You know that our tenants are faceless. It's most unbecoming of you to do that. But yes, as my lovely associate said, we are indeed in. How was your sleep?
It's alright, but I'm pretty sure that Talisker doesn't mind me pointing a gun at you. It's just if I pull the trigger and remove your head. And then he hops out the box.
That would just be Salar's response.
I can't see anything yet, though. So.
It's an issue on your end, I think, because I've checked your token has vision. The map is.
I'll give it a refresh, see what happens.
Now, what's our point? What's our plan? Not point. I'm old. I forget my words.
Love it.
Where to?
Well, I feel, Vicar, you should remain in the room for a little while until you hear the crowd being a bit busier, so you can slip in and out with the crowd. Because if 4 of us leave this room right now, it might raise some eyebrows. Vic, you, Salah, and I think we should be able to wander around the island a little bit to have a look and scope things out, see if we can see where things are. Carl did mention the did he say fortress?
Mm-hmm.
Carl did mention the fortress, so that will be where our man is, Marcan.
Indeed.
For sure. But I think the next step should try to be get a bit of a lay of the land.
Indeed. Do we wait for nightfall, or do we just move now while the sun is out and it's less conspicuous?
I think it's fine for us to wander around now.
Then
I mean, we're on the island. We've paid entry. They know we should be here.
Yes, let's make some intel runs then, shall we? Let's get outside. Do you find this rather small room cramped, to be honest?
My plan, what I'm thinking we should do is when we're ready to strike, I'm going to try between now and then to get in Carl's ear. Just try to maybe start a bit of a crew uprising against Crane, because I know the men don't particularly like him. So that could cause a bit of a diversion and may also lure Marcan from his room to try to control his people.
That's not such a bad idea. You are very good at this, Mishak.
Oh, people are idiots. They're easy to control.
I respect you so much right now, my good gentleman. Indeed. Let's begin the small uprising, shall we? Is it worth us planting separate seeds in different quarters? Try and make it a bit more volumetric, as it were.
Go for it.
Very
I'm
nice.
not one for talking, but I was planning on just, I'm an old man, and I wink a little bit. Just say I was just going to hobble around and see what I can see and hear. Nothing suspicious about an old wandering man.
Not at all.
Shall we make a move on then?
Let's. Rika, when will be a good time for you to come out? Is there a window in this room?
Yes, probably this would be a window here.
Alright. I shall scout the outside of the window, and I'll let you know when's a good time to climb out, so that we can get you out sooner.
All right.
I could pass without trace him if he needed to be a little sneakier.
That also sounds like a very valid option.
You want a hand, Rika? Or a shadow?
No, it's all right. I have a lot of things to prep anyway. Look, I've got to sort out these bombs. So, much better to be doing that without prying eyes watching.
Great, great. Okay, we'll see you.
I'll wait until it gets a little bit more noisy, and then I'll slip out of the room and go downstairs. Try and make it look like I came through the front door.
Great.
And seal the box behind you, just so if anyone looks in, it looks like the box is still intact.
Got you.
Onward.
Onward.
Onwards and upwards.
For this. Meg.
Right.
Did you shout Meg then?
I did.
Yeah, Meg is kind of still stood behind the bar. And she's like, "Oh, yes, hi."
I was just saying hello. We're just going, now that we're checked in, we're just going to have a bit of a wander around the island. It looks like a fascinating place. Just wanted to say hi.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Hi. There isn't much to the island, to be honest. There's pretty much the docks and the fort, and be careful if you go up by the fort.
Why? What should I be worried about up at the fort?
Well, they don't allow people in there generally, so
Okay.
don't annoy a guard. She kind of like smiles and kind of like with her eyes gestures around, and you can see that there are several guards in the bar as it is.
And I'll be like, me, and give her like a cheeky little wink.
She kind of like grins and then goes back to serving this guy at the bar.
Yeah. Spot. Let's do it.
Could I roll perception and see if I spot anything unusual about the guards? Could I maybe try and read their mood at the moment, or is that something I could do?
So the guards that are in the bar,
Yes, correct.
you can roll insight to see if you can see whether they're what kind of mood they're in. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give a go. Insight. I'm not very insightful.
Yeah, they just seem like they're just drinking.
Shameful. Never mind. What else can I do? Thinking. Where's Meshack gone? I can't see him anymore.
Hasn't gone
Gone
far.
Okay. Now I can see you. Amazing. What's everyone else doing?
I think couple of minutes after you two leave, Vic's going to make a bit of a commotion in this corridor. Just like, where is the toilet? I can't find it anywhere. Oh.
Meg kind of like hears you, rushes to the thing, and she's like, is everything okay? Kind of like looking down at you because she didn't see you come in, so she's confused.
I thought the toilet was here and I got tremendously lost. Where is it? I'm not so good at holding as I was, ma'am.
Oh dear, it's just round the other side, and she kind of gestures around this
Thank you.
as all the guards are kind of like watching as you make your way
I'm like
through.
hobbling on like a staff, looking like a lizard that desperately needs the toilet. I can roll if needed.
Yeah, you can roll a performance, I guess.
Oh no, not performance.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of like not paying too much attention to you. They're just kind of sniggering under their like breath as Meg is kind of looking very confused as she goes back to work.
Great. I'm going to make an unnecessary amount of noise in here for a couple of minutes and then get up to leave while everyone else is doing this stuff.
Ooh. I've already looked around, haven't I? Right. So, because I can't do anything here, I would step outside. And would I see anything round here, Lynn, or do I need to do a bit more exploring?
What are you trying to see?
I don't know, to be honest. I might just walk a bit more this way and just torment Meshach, to be honest.
Why are you tormenting Meshach?
I'm not actually tormenting. It's just, yeah. I'm in a good mood today. That's all, man. I've just had a very good day at work. What about if I go over here? Can I jump in here? Oh, I can see from it here. Looks like windows. Yeah, these are windows. What's this in here, Lynn? Is this like some sort of mansion or something? I can see what it looks like through windows or something.
Yeah, so kind of looking in, it looks like it is some sort of house, some sort of private residence, from what you can tell.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it's middle of the day. I'm not going to break entry. That's fair enough.
Yep, so as you kind of wander around here, you can see that this is a market with a couple of traders kind of stood. There's fish, there's fruit and vegetables and things like that. And Carl, one of the guards that helped you, and one of the other guards are kind of stood, like leaning up against a cart, just kind of watching as ships come and go.
So, seeing the guards from earlier, Salah would kind of walk over to the gentleman. And he just walks over to him and he says, gentlemen. And he looks particularly to Carl, was it?
Yep, Carl is the guy that helped.
And he talks to Carl, says, thank you for your service earlier, could say. It was rather well appreciated. It's my upbringing won't as you can imagine, it's not the easiest venture for me to lift such used cargo, but your help was appreciated all the same. I was just a little bit curious. Could you tell me more about this lovely little island and how things go around here? I think I've developed something of a soft spot for this place.
They kind of like pause because you've just been speaking real fancy to them, and they're kind of like, what is it that you want to know exactly, and why?
Like I said, good sir, I'm just rather curious. It's got a vibe to it I quite enjoy, and the ambiance of it all just sits rather well with me. What do you make of the island? Do you enjoy it? Is there any good particular haunts? Are the ladies here particularly salacious?
Kind of like
He
raise an
says with like a
eyebrow.
coy grin.
He like looks back towards the inn that you just came from, and he's like, the island is pretty much what you can see here, and the fort, it's nothing too special, and we get paid, so we're happy. Plenty of food,
Oh,
plenty of drink. What more can you ask for?
plenty of women as well, I would suggest, but maybe that's just a me thing. So what is all so? Is the money good, or do you feel it's you're well looked after and everything?
I mean, I guess we're not as well looked after as some.
Ah, I see. What do you mean by that, good friend?
He kind of like frowns and he's like, that's not something to be talked about with strangers.
Oh, of course. I meant no offense, good sir. It was just like I said, and I'm a little bit enamored with the place, and I would just like to learn a little bit more. Never mind, never mind. I shall leave you in peace. If I see you around, maybe I shall buy you a drink as a token of my appreciation for your aid earlier. And at this, he kind of just tips his head slightly and just starts walking off around, looking around the docks a bit more. So what do I see?
Yep, so at the docks you would see that there are various ships kind of coming and going, dropping off some cargo, a couple of bigger ships as well. There's quite a large ship here and a ship here that Crane is still dealing with the captain of. If you kind of paid attention to what he was saying, it seems like they're bickering over how much it is to dock the ship there for the night.
Could I walk over and listen in on that conversation, please, Lynn?
Sure, if you want to, you can roll perception.
Perception. Oh God, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Not after my last roll. Oh my God, why the same?
Yeah, the kind of noise of the market and the boats and the waves and everything, you can tell that like Crane is raising his voice a little bit, but you cannot make out what they're saying.
I would need to move close, wouldn't I?
Would Bundy, who's perched on the sail, have been able to hear?
Yeah, so he can basically hear that the captain is trying to negotiate a price and Crane is just not moving on it. So Crane just keeps saying, it's 110 gold. That's the price. It doesn't matter what you say. And the guy's like, 110? How much did you charge that? And he's kind of gesturing behind him at the even bigger ship. And he's like, how much I charge that is nothing to do with you. It's 110 or get off the island. What is anybody doing?
Can Bundy sneak below deck on that ship and try to find like the room where they may be having a lot of their gold?
Yes, I mean, he's invisible, so
He is
it
invisible.
doesn't need to roll stealth or anything. So he can get in there. So he can try if you want to roll investigation, basically.
Where is the issue? Like, because I don't actually have a character sheet for him per se. So what would that? Investigation. I've got like
yeah, so it'll be yeah, I know what you mean. You don't have
like a roll
yeah,
20.
yeah. So it would be an intelligence check. We are yes, you are level 6.
Because his character stats, his intelligence is 11, so plus 0.
Yes, so just roll d20.
Nope.
Yeah, no. So he's kind of like going down, having a look around. There's quite a few storerooms. A lot of them are locked, so he can't actually get in to check them. And he just cannot find what he's looking for.
Too bad, little fella. Too bad. From looking, I'm going to go back over, sort of here, just sort of looking around, because obviously it's an island, there'd be highs and lows. Can we see roughly which direction the fort might be?
So you, having kind of a look around, you would have seen that there is a path that kind of goes off up here.
Yep.
So kind of the north of the map, which seems to be heading off to what looks to be a high-walled building.
That would scream fort.
Yeah, and given that you were told that pretty much the only things that are on the island is this and the fort, you would be able to make the assumption that, yep, that's the fort.
Vic?
Sorry, I didn't know if you were still going or if that was you doing. I didn't want to interrupt if you were thinking.
No, I was thinking, but so I was like, I'm not
If
thinking
you'd like to
very
continue
well.
to think, I have something I could do just while you're thinking about a plan.
Yep.
Cool. While I'm in the toilet, I'm just going to prestidigitation like a bit of a nasty smell to support my story. And then I'm going to come out. And I'm just going to like sit myself just on this little table on the end.
Yep.
And just wave over Meg. I don't know that's her name. Or the person I'm pretending to be doesn't know her name. And I'm just going to go, thank you. Could I have a drink, please? Anything will do.
Sure. She's kind of like putting her hand up to her face to try and like get rid of the smell, and she's like, "What? What is it? Just anything?"
Sorry. I waft an old hand. An ale of some description would be fine. Thank you.
Sure, yeah. And she kind of like goes to the furthest like point where she can get an ale from, and she's kind of like wafting her nose when she gets there and starts kind of pouring an ale for you.
Right.
We'll bring it back, plop it on the table, and she's like, "That's 4 copper, please."
Yes. I'll give her 4 copper. I'll mark it off in a minute. And I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to be like taking the odd drink. And do you know how like when you see like older people at a coffee shop and they just look like they're staring blandly at nothing in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. And just can I see any of these people in the bar talking to each other?
Yes. So, what's your passive?
22.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you can see
Fuck off!
these two here.
One skill.
These two here are having kind of quite an animated conversation, and the 2 guards that are over here seem to be having a slightly quieter conversation, as if they're like leaning into each other, kind of putting their hand up to their mouth to try and like hide their mouths a little bit, so that anybody who was attempting to see what they were saying would struggle.
It's very convenient, Lynn. Well done. So I can't see their lips at all.
You can't see their lips, no, not when they're talking.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. In which point I'm just gonna leave my drink and leave.
Okay, yeah. It kind of like looks at the drink that I assume you haven't drunk that much of.
I've had like a few sips. I think I'll be like, ugh, oh no, maybe not best with my constitution. But I'm just gonna hobble out of the bar.
Okay, yeah. She kind of just picks the ale up, pours it away, shakes her head a little.
I'm like purposefully walking very slow. As I'm walking almost kind of close to them, past them ish, can I hear anything?
Um, yeah, I mean you've got a passive 22, so yeah, probably. So you can you can't pick up.
I mean, he can fucking read minds, Lynn. Let's be real.
Yeah, you can't pick up exactly what they're saying. You're picking up kind of odd words because they are really trying to keep it quite quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You hear them mention kind of Crane's name a couple of times, and then this one kind of like is like nodding along as this one's saying something about something to do with Crane. This one kind of nods along and he's like, "Well, you know that he wants the captain's job, don't you?" And kind of this one like chuckles a little bit to himself and he's like, "Yeah, as if, right? As if." And then they kind of like look up and see you kind of like hobbling past and go, "Oh, yeah. Anyway, gotta work tonight, so can't have too many more."
I'm not stopping. I'm just very slowly hobbling.
Yeah.
And I'll slowly hobble as if looking for a bench. Oh, let's see who's about. Those two. I don't know which ones these guys have already seen because I wasn't there. Yeah, I'm just going to hobble around for a while until I find somewhere to sit and maybe try and spy on other people's conversations. So if anyone else has a thing, go for it.
Would it be getting any busier at all at the bar? Not so much like super duper
Not
rowdy
super
or
duper-
anything, but
yeah, not
would I have
super-
noticed that the door's been going a little bit more often, or potentially would I be
Probably,
able to
yeah.
hear the mean volume go up a tiny little bit?
Yeah, probably. So there would be people kind of coming and going from various ships because obviously as it's getting a little bit later in the day, more ships are kind of arriving, and kind of sailors are coming in and out and having a few drinks. You can hear kind of, you would probably be able to hear like Meg because she's pretty much the only female in there. Kind of her voice is like, you can hear her voice more often as if she's serving people more.
Yeah, she's a bit busier.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'd like to sneak out of the room.
Yeah, roll stealth for me.
Oh dear. Yes, it's a disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. So you start kind of, you're like,
Oh wait, why? Wait, hold on. If it's a does the cowl give me advantage on the stealth? Because I've got advantage and disadvantage on stealth. So I'm assuming one. I can't remember what the cowl gives you. Let's have a look.
Is it only if you have that scary cowl mask up
on,
that you actually get
yeah, you have to have
advantage?
it on.
Oh well, at the moment, then it would be because I'm not like. I know it's a hallway. I'm not intending to like just go into it showing my face at the moment in case somebody sees me. So I could play it off as basically I'm just trying to rob from these two posh people that have just moved into the room. Obviously, because I don't want to be giving away too much at the moment. So would that be with advantage with the +2 or not?
No, because you have a disadvantage anyway, so it would just make it a normal roll.
Oh. Which one is that then?
Well, normally we'd take the first roll, I guess, so it would be the 22.
Okay.
But obviously, if you walk out into public with that mask on, people are going to look at you a bit iffy.
Well,
potentially.
he was. If you just let me explain, he was just putting it on to get into the hallway. He wasn't going to keep it on. He just wanted to get out of the room without his face being seen. So he would attempt to get into the hallway and hope that there is nobody here. And then, is there anybody here? Or
no?
Okay, well then he'd just immediately take the cowl off, quickly shove that away, and literally just like a cartoon, just like walk straight away from the room, just like whistling sort of thing, like do 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 do. None of my business. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, it's because I just couldn't see out of the room, and I didn't want to walk out the room and do a Flynn, you know. Straight into a scarecrow. he would literally just come downstairs and prop himself up at the bar. Just gesture for an ale. He wouldn't speak much. And then, because it's the next day, would I know? Well, it doesn't matter if it's the next day or not. Due to my background with criminal contact, would I be able to notice anybody in the room that I may recognize as a contact?
No, not on this island.
Okay. There's no one actually on the island. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, he'd just order a drink, get his drink, and sit down over here and just keep his ears open. He would just basically at the moment know that he's the only one near the box and their main room. So in his mind, he's like, right, well, I'll just wait here until everybody else returns to home base, sort of thing, before we crack on. But he'd keep his ears open and he would be trying to listen to people's conversations. He'd be making notes of what people look like. So if there's any like people that may stand out or conversations that may stand out, he'd potentially be interested in those.
Okay, so if you're trying to listen to anybody's conversations, then you need to roll deception.
Okay.
Yep, so you can hear that these ones here seem to be having some sort of conversation about how much money they're planning on making and basically what cargo they've got on their ship. They're saying that they've got some stolen cargo on their ship, which would be expected because you know that this is effectively
a naughty place. That.
You would hear similar to kind of Vic, these two seem to be having a conversation still. It's like as soon as they saw that Vic kind of wandered away, they carried on their conversation about Crane. They are still kind of they're actively trying to be quiet, so you wouldn't be able to pick up a lot.
Yeah.
You can pick up that Crane's name is mentioned a few times. You can hear the captain's name mentioned a few times. They mentioned something about somebody being spoiled, but you couldn't quite pick up whether it was they were saying Crane is spoiled or the captain is spoiled. Like you just picking up kind of odd words from them.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd walk over, but he'd appear a little bit inebriated. So would I have to maybe like roll performance? Yeah. See if he can pull this off with a -1.
Yeah, no. As you start,
he can't.
Yeah, as you start kind of making your way over, trying to like act inebriated. The guards they've seen a hell of a lot of drunk people.
Yeah,
they know. They're used to seeing that. They kind of immediately shut up, kind of both turn and go, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
What?"
Okay, I'd immediately try and play it off and just go, You're right. Sorry. I'm just not used to being on boats. I've not got my legs back yet from getting off the ship, you know?
Yeah, roll deception.
Almost trying to make out that he wasn't trying to look drunk. He's just a little bit unbalanced because of the boat.
The one that's kind of like
he's a dwarf, for God's sake.
Kind of just like goes, yeah, that makes sense. It can take a little while if you're not used to it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm used to being underground, you know? I overheard you were saying something. I do apologize. I'm not trying to earwig or anything, but my God, that giant orc asshole, he comes across as a right spoiled piece of shit, doesn't he?
They kind of both shift uncomfortably. And they're like, well, that's not our place to say, is it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know who you are. I was just saying, you know, I just got off the boat and he seems to ponce around like he owns the place.
Well, I mean, kind of does a little. He's the dockmaster. He's Captain Marcan's second in command.
Oh, right. I had no idea. I just thought he was like some meat-headed god.
And they kind of just both shake their heads, like, nope, he's our boss.
Oh, what was the captain's name again that you said? The guy who's in charge?
Captain Marcan.
Captain Marcan.
You didn't
Do you know
that?
where I could... No, I'm here. I don't even know the guy. I came here for something else. I was just wondering. Do you know where he is? Like, where does he, like... Is he, like, on duty or what?
They both kind of, like, look at each other and then look at you. And the one that's nearest you kind of, like, stands up and he's like, you've come to this island and you don't know who Captain Marcan is? That makes no sense.
I don't. I was just sent here to do certain business and nobody told me who's here. I followed the orders of someone else.
Right. Well, if you'll excuse us, we need to get up to the fort. We're on duty.
Alright, no problem. And he's just gonna,
Start
like, wander off
heading
and
out.
sit back down. Almost had him. Almost! Ugh. Bugger. So yeah, he's just going to stay there and keep an ear and an eye out. Anything that looks strange, anything that sounds strange, conversations, things like that, people coming and going, and wait for the team to either get in touch with him for whatever reason or to return.
Okay.
Lynn, would I have seen the guards leave?
Yep, so the guys left and walked straight up to the north where the fort is located.
No. No, I was thinking of doing something. Never mind. That was good food. No, okay, never mind. So I'm just thinking what our next move could be. So while having tried to listen into the conversation, with Crane and failing, would kind of just not necessarily hump, but not necessarily very impressed with himself. Would head back towards the inn, and would go to the bar. And he would sit down in the seat here. Is that that's the same seat? I'm not sitting on the guard. I'll sit next to the guard. I don't want him to get the wrong impression. And he very gently raps on the bar and says, "My dearest lady, could you please provide your finest wine? I seem to be having a bit of a mare today, if you would be so kind."
Oh, yes, of course. She kind of goes to where she was stacking wine, brings it over. She's like, it's 5 silver.
And at this, Solar actually looks up and notices Meg, and he's like, here you go, darling. May I say you've got an absolutely melodious tones. Your voice is almost angelic in how you sound, dare I say.
She kind of takes the money and says, thanks, kind of sighs. And you would get the impression that, you know, this is a bar that constantly has sailors and things coming in. She's used to people.
Girl been hit on before.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So I was there, so watching her walk away, and he goes, fair enough. And he turns to the guard next to him and says, "Is the hospitality always as warm as the weather here, my good man?"
The guard kind of is quite drunk, it seems, and kind of like turns to look at you, kind of like is blinking quite a lot to try and like get focus in his eyes, and he's like, "Huh? Hospitality? Yeah, Meg's cool. Yeah.
At this, so I'm guessing I would notice he's quite inebriated, wouldn't I, Lynn?
He is well and truly gone.
So at this, Salar says, "My good man, you look like you need another drink." And he gives the bar another very gentle rap and is like, "Meg, was it, darling? Could you get another drink for my fine esteemed friend here, please?"
She kind of like looks at the guard and is like, Bartholomew, are you sure that you should have more? You seem quite drunk. And he kind of like is like leaning back quite far as if he's going to possibly fall off the stool that he's sat on. He's like, I'm fine.
And at this, Salar would just kind of slip Meg one gold coin. He's like, just keep the drinks coming, my good love, and make sure my wine is topped up. And treat yourself to a drink if you would. He's trying to be somewhat less creepy, I guess, now.
Yeah. She kind of like...
less predatory.
Looks back at Bartholomew, sighs, wanders over, gets him another ale and puts it down. And she's like, well, you're looking after him. I am not cleaning up after him again. And she kind of like wanders off.
This Salar just kind of tips his head in acknowledgement. And he says, so, Bartholomew, my friend, why are you so happy and in good mood? Are you having a good day today?
He's like, again, he's kind of like swaying a little bit on the seat. And he's like, it's my day off. Got to enjoy them when you get them.
And he's like, of course, good sir. I mean, I don't really work myself, being nobility and all. But yes, I can imagine the people would need time off every now and then. Tell me, what do you do? Do you have any special skills, any special duties?
I'm a guard at the fort. And he's like, I'm fine.
Can I just... Can Rika just like slightly interject? You can see what like Sal's trying to do, but at the same time he's a dwarf and he knows the limits of alcohol. Can Rika just come up to the bar and act like he's coming to get another drink, which he'll probably need at this point? He just tapped the guy on the shoulder, and can I just cast, if you'll permit me for roleplay purposes, can I cast Spare the Dying so this guy doesn't get blind drunk to the point where Sala can't actually ask him questions?
So Spare the Dying.
What?
Like almost try and use Spare the Dying to stop him from getting so drunk he dies.
No.
Oh, that's terrible. Never mind.
Points for roleplay, good man. Points for roleplay.
Yeah.
So Salar, see where this is going. So, well, tell me, do you particularly enjoy your job as Bartholomew? Was it? Apologies, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
Well, do they treat you well here?
That's it. That's my name.
And proud of you, I am, good sir. Tell me, what is the captain like? Was it Crane or Crone? Again, I'm terrible with names.
He kind of like frowns a little bit and he's like, Crane? Crane's the dockmaster. He's not the captain. Although, he wishes he was. There's rumours,
Oh.
Rumours that he's tried to kill Marcan before.
Oh, really? And at this, he tries to speak a bit more softly. He's like, oh, that's absolutely scandalous. I'm surprised he still has his head attached if he's tried to kill Captain Marcan.
Well, nobody could prove it.
How long ago was this, Bartholomew? Forgive me for asking. And again, he's trying to speak softly so not to attract the attention of others.
Oh, probably. Well, his last attempt was, about 6 weeks, maybe.
Last attempt? How many times has he tried to kill the captain? And at this, he kind of notices Bartholomew's ale starts to go low and very politely asks Meg to get another.
Yeah, Meg kind of sighs again, comes back. This time kind of puts it down with a bit of force. Kind of looks Sala directly in the eye and she's like, I am not cleaning up after him.
And at this, he's like, Meg, darling, I promise, if he makes any mess, he kind of puts his hand on his heart in a sort of theatrical sense. I will clean up the mess. You have nothing to worry about, darling. An angel such as yourself should never worry yourself with such menial tasks.
Ugh. And she kind of just wanders back, starts cleaning some glasses.
Can't win them all, I guess. And he turns back to Bartholomew, and he's like, "So, why is forgive me for asking, but why is Crane trying so hard to become the captain? Does he think he's capable of running this place, or is Marcan just absentee as captain?"
He kind of like laughs, kind of like as he's laughing, you see him kind of heave a little as if he's about to throw up, and he kind of slaps his hand over his face. Then you see him swallow, and he's like, sorry. No, I mean, Crane's... Listen, none of us like Crane, but he's good at his job, and, well, I guess he's got aspirations, if that's the word.
And at this, Salar kind of just raises one eyebrow, and he gently speaks some soft words and flicks his fingers and uses prestidigitation to clean out Bartholomew's mouth, making it smell minty fresh. And he's like, "Indeed, I imagine. So, do you and the rest of the guards disapprove of Crane? Is his attitude somewhat barbaric, would you say?"
Huh. So you'd think that, wouldn't you? Him being an orc and all that. But he walks around here like, well, like he's better than everyone.
Well, I don't know where the man gets that impression from. Say, well, how would you feel about being, the new dock master if Crane was suddenly indisposed?
Me, Dockmaster. That's way too much work.
Indeed. I don't like work either, my good sir. But, say, what if you spoke to your guard friends and maybe voiced your unhappiness with the captain? Do you think you could get maybe enough of your friends together, perhaps? It seems as though working for a boss you're not happy with can always lead to tragic downfalls, my good friend.
Maybe, if I could be bothered.
And at this, he kind of just looks at Barth. I see. I don't know how to play this now. And he's like, "Well, let's say if Crane was no longer Dockmaster, we could potentially make it worth your time, perhaps. Maybe sweeten the deal for you a little."
Oh, really? And he kind of like leans in as if he's interested, and kind of puts his hand like up to his chin, like resting on his hand, and then his elbow slips on the bar and he drops. Head hits the bar and he's out.
Never mind. And at this, he kind of looks at Meg, who's probably giving him evils right now. So what Salar does is he just kind of speaks some soft words and cleans up Bartholomew with prestidigitation, and just kind of like folds his arms over, and so at least he's comfortable on the bar, and says to Meg, "See, not an ounce of filth that you have to clean at all, darling. I'm sure he'll be fine in a couple of hours."
We'll see.
This feels really naughty. No, I was thinking, do I slate a van to see what he's got in his purse? Maybe rob him. No, I'd get disadvantage on that. It's not worth it. I'll let someone else do that. Right, I'll let someone else have a go.
So what are Meshach and Vic up to?
So, Vic, I was wondering, there's a number of guards here, but I wonder how quickly it takes them to respond. I was wondering if we cause a bit of a distraction now that scares people, that might cause a lot of the guards to rush out, and we can see what their response times are and where they all sort of come from.
Yes, I like that a lot. What?
And then we can sort of. You see that market up there at the end of this dock? I was thinking of sending Bundy in to make his presence be known, scare the women, get them screaming, and then he can disappear again, which will cause a hunt. But it'll still rise people out thinking that there's a demon on the island.
Yes, I've missed a bit of Bundy chaos. Go ahead. Bundy!
So I'm going to catch Bundy and send him over to the market to appear sort of between the women. What sort of things do they have in their stalls, like vegetables and fruits? And
Yeah, so there's like a lot of fish, some fruit, some vegetables. It's all kind of food items.
yeah. So I'll get him first to sort of still be invisible, but then pick up another fish, so then rises with it. So it looks like the fish is sort of just floating first, then appear as himself and take a big bite out of it, like "Rah!" And sort of like then throw the fish at one of the women and start like tearing up a lot of just throwing stuff up in the air and causing a general commotion.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So when the fish starts kind of floating, one of the women is just not paying any attention whatsoever. She's kind of watching as the boats are kind of coming in here. This woman, though, however, is just staring, eyes kind of wide, mouth dropped open as this kind of fish floats up. As soon as Bundy appears and starts kind of brutally savaging this fish, she starts screaming at the top of her lungs, which obviously draws this woman's attention. She starts screaming as well. There are a few people kind of dotted around, a few sailors wanting to buy from the market as well. They start screaming and running, a couple of them like jumping into their boats and things like that. Carl and the other guard kind of spin immediately and start heading towards the market, like what's going on? What is that? And they're kind of like getting their weapons ready. You can see Crane has now finished arguing with the captain and is kind of holding a big pouch of gold that he's kind of like tossing up and down in his hand, and he starts kind of heading up that way as soon as he can hear any sort of screaming or anything like that. He's rushing down there. He kind of starts yelling at the top of his kind of lungs and pulls out what looks to be some sort of horn and starts on blowing on that, as the guards are kind of surrounding Bundy, or these ones are surrounding Bundy.
Yeah. And Mishak will have run up as well. It's like, what the fuck is that? Although he would do it, actually wouldn't shout, it'd be much more his own to go, the fuck is that?
Yeah, so this guard here is Carl, who is the one that was helping you. So he's kind of stood just staring. He's got his weapon out, but he's kind of just like, I've never seen anything like that before, ever. What? We're gonna have to kill it, I guess. Looks like some sort of demon.
I'm going to then I've spoken to Bundy, he knows the plan. I'm going to get Bundy to dive at Carl, and then just as it sort of gets there, I'm going to then push Carl out of the way.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully. And then Bundy will use his action to sort of turn invisible.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to try and push him. So I guess that's a strength check to try and push this.
The old switcheroo.
Let me get his... I mean, he's probably not going to resist, actually, because he is just...
He's not fighting me.
Yeah,
he's
not fighting you. So yeah, just a strength
You probably
check.
wouldn't be expecting it either, because this was watching this thing swoop at his face, like fangs out, going... come swarming in.
And he's scared out of his mind, so he might want someone else to die in his place.
Nope.
Yeah.
I basically give him a nudge. I'm like, look out!
So you can like, oh no! Like you kind of come at him, but he kind of is watching that as you kind of bash into him. He turns to look at you, and that gives Bundy kind of the moment to kind of disappear. As he turns back, he's like, "What? Where did it go? What? Search the island! We need to search the island!"
Vic is kind of still where he was.
Yep.
Kobolds can grovel, cower, and beg. I'm like cowering or pretending to cower behind like a barrel.
Yep.
Does it just a quick glance around? It looks like everyone's kind of looking at all the commotion around here, right?
Yep. So most people are looking at the commotion over here. You can hear, like from up north, you hear like quite a lot of footsteps, and you can see a lot of guards have just kind of come running round the corner. But they are also looking in that direction, like to where Crane is, because obviously he was blowing on the horn, and they're kind of about to start heading in that direction.
Great. Can I just to add to the chaos and make things a little bit more complicated? Can I I'm gonna look like a little bit like I'm praying, which ironically is a bit how I cast my spells anyway, and I'm just gonna cast Fog Cloud centered on Crane,
Okay. Yeah.
just to completely fuck everyone around. Which is
nice.
it's just a 20-foot sphere of fog centered on Crane.
Okay. Let me just.
The fucking chaos.
Just utter confusion going on. 20 foot, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will just... Oh, so it would be on him, like, there-ish, I guess. So that is just fog now. So you can still hear the... because it's got one of the cards as well. So you can hear Crane still blowing this horn, is like yelling, "What is happening?" As these guards are kind of rushing towards him, or where he was, and kind of like stop just before the fog that I assume is, it's quite obvious that it is centered on a specific person or a specific place.
I think I'll leave that up to the guards as to whether they realise who it's centred around. It wouldn't be a bad thing if they thought that maybe he'd either caused it or was the subject of it. It's like, it looks a little bit like, it's fog, but it also looks a little bit sparkly, like tiny stars.
Right, okay. So it's
like
not
it's not just fog, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks quite unnatural to them. So they kind of like are running off. They can hear the horn obviously still being blown, but they all kind of stop and are just staring into the fog. A couple are trying to obviously see through it. Poor Carl is just utterly baffled as he's just seen this fog appear around Crane and his pal. He kind of like looks towards Meshach and he's like, "What is happening?"
I don't know.
You should get behind me. And he kind of like goes to pull him so that he goes kind of behind, like there. Yeah. He's like, just in case we don't know what this is.
Put my hand on his shoulder.
You can hear Crane yelling, going, "What is happening? Get in here! Search the island! We're under attack!" As the rest of the guards are kind of like looking around because they can't see anybody attacking. So they're kind of like, they've all drawn their weapons and they're all just looking around in utter confusion about what is happening, as Carl is kind of just like, are we under attack? I think, sir, I think we need to search the island. I think, maybe. And he kind of like steps forward and like starts poking like his arm into the fog, and he's like, seems to just be, it's just fog. It's just fog. As the rest of the guards are kind of like starting to head around, moving kind of down the docks, trying to see what they can see. These two are just going to stay by Crane. Crane is still yelling loudly.
And to create some more carnage, Bundy's going to like use his claws to like slash through the sail on this big ship.
Okay, yeah, let me just see how perceptive my little dudes are going to be today. Yeah, very okay. So this guy immediately sees the. I assume he's still invisible now, though.
Well, he's taking. Doesn't actually. Let me read. Doesn't actually make him uninvisible. Invisibility magically turns invisible until it attacks or his concentration ends. So
Yeah,
because
so-
I suppose he's attacking the
it's attacking
sail.
the sail. So he's now reappeared.
So he'll do it cleverly. He'll be on the back side of the sail,
Right.
so
Okay.
they can just sort of see the slashes appealing, but they can't quite
They
see,
can't see how
exactly
it's
what it
happening.
is.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
They
Yeah.
just know it's going.
So this
And it
one
does.
immediately spots it and starts yelling out. And he's like, "There's something over here! There's something over here!" So all of the guards start kind of like heading over that way. These are going to kind of make their way down to about there as these start running toward. Not with the guy selling apples. He's not interested. He's just going to be cowering kind of behind his cart, not knowing what the hell is going on. As these guys kind of make their way over as if they're going to go to the gangplank. Carl kind of is like, "Sir, I think we may have found it. If you cause the magic thing, you can turn it off. We found it." As the other guards are kind of heading over there, Carl's trying to negotiate with Crane as he thinks that he cast it. What is anybody else doing as this chaos is going on?
Chortling to myself.
I'm assuming that we don't even know what's going on, given
So
the
you
fact
would have
that
heard. You would have heard.
we'll have heard commotion,
Yeah,
but I
you would have
don't
heard
think
the
we'll know
commotion,
what's
you would
going
have
on.
heard a horn being blown outside.
And people now shouting
And
outside.
people
I'd
shouting
imagine.
and yelling, yeah. So you would know that something is definitely happening outside.
Yeah, Ricker would have put his empty drink down and he would have gone outside to catch a bit of fresh air and maybe have a little wander and just watch from afar and take note of how quickly people are moving, where they're coming from. Obviously, if more guards are appearing, where they're coming from. But yeah, he wouldn't get involved. He'd just be chuckling away to himself, watching as all this chaos fucking ensues outside.
Okay. And what about Salah?
Yeah. Salah would be finishing his delicious wine, and they would also thank Meg for the lovely hospitality, as always, and make his way outside also. So when I come outside, let's go here. So I can see, this is fog cloud, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What can I do just to add more chaos to the matter? What can I do? Oh, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Can't do that. Yeah, I'm just going to observe, to be honest, Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to observe, Lynn. And just, would I be able to notice any guards running down from the fort? Or would I be able to notice anything coming from this way? What would I be able to observe? Do I need to roll perception?
No, you don't need to roll perception. So as you've kind of come out, you would see a massive fog cloud here that seems to be obscuring your view. You don't know, obviously, what that's covering or anything because you didn't see what was there before.
No.
But you can't see, like, Mishak or anybody else past them. You can see that all the guards seem to be heading towards this ship that has got torn kind of sails at part of it. They've all got their weapons drawn. They're all kind of starting to surround it, yelling to each other, going, I can't see anything. Can you see what it is?" Because they didn't even know about the thing that was in the market because they came down after. You can't see anybody else coming from up here. You won't have known, but obviously these guys all came from up there earlier on. But you wouldn't know that. But it seems like it's all quiet in terms of the fort at the minute. You can't hear anything coming from down there. You can see Ricker kind of stood over by a cart down here with an old man cowering behind the cart and a young kind of street urchin or whatever over here cowering behind some barrels as the chaos is ensuing. And I assume Vic
Would I be?
is in
Go
his
on.
normal form, isn't he? So you'll probably be able to see Vic cowering over here as well.
Yeah, I'm cowering, and I've also prestigitationed to soil myself a bit just to make it a bit more realistic.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, you would see that.
I don't know why Vic is
Yeah.
incontinent today, but it just is.
It's a
So we're
fascination right
rolling
now.
with it.
Rick is just packing a pipe and just grinning as he's putting that in and lighting it to smoke as he's leaning on the car. He gives zero fucks. He's just thinking it's hilarious.
So these guards here, Lynn, would I be able to see if they've got their coin purses or any keys on them or anything like that?
You can roll perception to see if you can see that.
This is not my strongest ability skill right now. Ooh, I'll shut up.
So neither of them seem to have any keys of any sort like that. This guy here does have a pouch of some sort, like fastened to his belt, that you would assume, looking at it, it seems to be some sort of coined purse. This guy is, there's nothing on show that would suggest that he has any money on him or anything like that.
I'm technically tempted to add to the chaos. I don't know how chaotic to be. Ooh, hold on a second. So I have got telekinetic, which means I can push something 5 feet. Do I want to push someone into the water? Probably not. I'm thinking out loud here, Lynn. If you can obviously dissuade me of stupid ideas if you so wish.
Oh no, you do stupid ideas if you
Why
want.
would the DM do that?
Yeah.
Why would the environment give a shit about what you're going to do?
Yeah. So I can make my mage hand invisible. So I can make it. No, I'll be good. I'll be good. No, I won't go shoving anyone into the water.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as I do love chaos. As all this is going on, the guards are kind of making their way to the boat. These ones kind of very hesitantly, because they don't know exactly what is happening, kind of hesitantly making their way onto the boat, checking the sail. Being that Bundy is now moved, I'm assuming that they see nothing, and they're like, "It's all clear. There's nothing here." These guards are kind of like, "I saw something. I saw something there. Look at what it did to the sail," as they're kind of bickering now, like these two here going, "There's nothing here." This one here going, "I definitely saw something." These are kind of just stood, not sure what happened. How long does fog last, Vic?
I think it's just a minute. Let me check.
Oh no.
Oh, it lasts an hour.
It lasts
I
an
bet
hour.
Yeah, I was just going to say
and I
fog
assume
lasts
it
quite a
moves-
while.
Would it move with Crane? Or does it
No, it just stays centered on a point within range.
on a point?
Yeah,
right,
so
okay.
if you
Nothing
center it
with
on a person, then it'll move with the person. But if you don't, then it'll stay
No,
where it is.
I think Rose is saying it doesn't
Or
move
is that-
with the person.
Oh no, that's darkness. Sorry, Roz. I do apologize.
Yeah, it's just it stays on the spot, or until
Yeah.
the wind disperses it, or until I stop it.
Okay, yeah. So what's Bundy up to? We'll do that before I move him.
Okay, now
How good is he's going to be able to sense through the fog as well to be next to find Crane?
The area is heavily obscured visually. Everything else is as normal, so its vision is heavily obscured, but nothing else is affected, unless Lynn rules otherwise.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, how would Bundy be able to find Crane in the fog?
He doesn't have like blind sight or anything like that, does he, Bundy?
He's got devil sight, so he can see magical darkness, but not blind sight.
Yeah. So he would probably struggle to find it. It could find him, obviously, but it would probably take him a little while to locate him.
Can he, while being invisible, he wants to search for Crane and find him?
Okay, yeah, so have him roll basically perception. I know obviously it's a different character.
Yeah.
like.
Alright, so
It'll be wisdom.
20. And his wisdom is 12 plus 1.
Yep, so that would be 14. So yeah, he kind of is invisible, obviously. He kind of scampers into the fog. Kind of gets a little bit sidetracked, ends up kind of up here to start with, up by the wall. But then remembering where Crane last was, he kind of like manages to find his way and is right by him, can kind of sense that he's stood right by him.
Yeah, and then Bundy is going to sting Crane, and in the same process go from the guards and
Okay.
sting him.
Okay, roll.
Yeah. Or attempt to sting him. 18.
Yeah, that connects.
So what is it? Makes it attack on +5 to hit, reach +5, attackers 1d4 +3, 6, and then the target needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 11, or be poisoned.
It's a 15.
So he's so fine.
Yep.
And yeah, but he'll go from the guards and then disappear again, and that'll be the end of Bundy's turn. Sowing mischief.
Okay. Yeah, so everybody would hear this kind of giant orc let out pretty much a roar as he gets stung, even though it hasn't done like massive amounts of damage. Obviously, he was not expecting to get attacked at all, and he is going to like start kind of flailing around in the fog and end up stepping out of it in front of Carl, the guard, who is kind of like,
Lynn,
yeah,
sorry, can I sow a bit more chaos as he roars?
Oh god.
yeah.
As he roars, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud again in exactly the same place,
Yep.
but as a second level spell, so it becomes a 40-foot diameter radius
Oh
Okay,
my
1
god.
second.
cloud.
Oh no, we're all in the cloud now.
Yeah.
40-foot radius.
Yeah.
I have it.
Doubled. Oh
just-
god.
Almost as if he's roaring and the fog is reacting.
Oh no, I don't have
Excellent.
a 40-foot radius. Oh no, I only have a 30-foot. That's upsetting.
Can you not just use 220s?
Well, won't
Like-
stack like
No,
that, will it?
really.
No.
Or use 3 and just go like 1, 2, 3. So like in a triangle. Maybe that'd be about the same.
No, because it's how wide it is, isn't it? So what? would
Oh
it be?
yeah, of course.
It's gonna be,
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like,
Just cover that entire area there with fog. Just like fuck
is
it,
bigger
that's
than
all
that? Does it
foggy.
need to be bigger than that? Probably.
Yeah,
I think it'll need to be 1,
it'll
2,
cover me, Shaq.
3, 4. Oh, I'm not doing it. Hang on.
It'll probably need to be about there, I reckon. Maybe.
Oh my god, I can't give him that. Hang on. Poor Meshach. Now you're in rebellion.
Yeah.
Probably.
This
Definitely.
is fine. This is fine.
That's about. Yeah, that looks about right, Lynn.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
bigger than that, to be honest.
Is it?
Is it?
So
Oh
Let's
shit.
have a look.
Yeah, it's humongous. It's
Oh, all right.
2, 4. Hang on, sorry.
Alright,
30,
so that's
40. Oh, I can't measure it. It's massive though.
Just do it with the ruler.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
like that.
Fucking shit.
Wow.
Yeah, like that,
Half the
right?
fucking island's foggy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
There we go.
And
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna-
as Crane kind of like roars, the fog kind of gets even bigger, like blows out from the circle that it was to being even more. The guards immediately start panicking. Carl is screaming.
I'm going to lunge forward and be like, Carl, Help me.
When the orc
Grab
let
his
out
arm.
the cry,
Yep. Oh. Oh,
could
no.
I
Oh no! It just booted me out of Roll20.
could I stealthily set this ship on fire?
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
That I
I'm
do have
confused about
legitimate
the
reason.
fact that you're meant to be a stealth crew and
No,
the amount of
that's the
chaos
point.
that's being
I said
caused.
stealthily. I said stealthily set on fire. As far as I'm aware, no one's clocked that it's us 4 people. So technically, we are still. We've not been
Okay.
like
How are you gonna?
with fireball cantrip.
That will originate from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, but that's why I was specifically saying, can I? It was a question to the
Right.
DM.
So if you're trying to do it
Okay,
as
the
a
only other way.
spell like
Okay,
that.
the only other way I can do it then is. What are these 2 guards doing here based on the orc shouting? Have they moved, or are they coming back off the ship now?
No, they're
Or
staying on the ship at the moment. They're kind of they were having an argument with these.
right?
But as soon as like the orc yelled and the fog kind of got even bigger, obviously these started like screaming because suddenly there was fog right next to them, and these are looking off in that direction. But they're not
Okay.
off the ship or anything.
I can actually still do it. So I would like to use a remote bomb. As an action, you can place and arm a bomb in a location within 5 feet of you. This bomb does not ignite immediately. Instead, it ignites after 1 minute or when you decide it ignites as a bonus action. When it ignites, every creature within 10 feet of the bomb must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d6. Fire damage on a failed save, half as much. Full.
Yeah.
Or on a failed, yeah. The fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't worn or carried.
So you would have to get onto the ship to place that.
Yeah, that's where I was just going. that's where I was thinking of going. Or could I? Oh no, because it says 5 feet specifically, doesn't it? Yeah, I could yeet the other one, but I'd have to try and do a stealth roll with that, and I don't know if that would actually work.
So you're going to need to make a stealth roll to get close.
Gonna do it now. Gonna see if I can get my little chonky butt on the boat.
Yep, so you're at disadvantage, so that's a 7.
That's a no.
So that's a no.
I would not.
Yeah.
I would not attempt to do it. Yeah.
Well, you have attempted to do it. That's why you rolled the stealth.
Okay.
So as you kind of put your foot onto the gangplank, the kind of guards go, no, you can't come on here. Sorry, no.
Yeah, immediately Rico would just respond with, "Oh right, sorry, I was just trying to help. What's going on?"
Honestly, we have no idea, but it's all under control, I'm sure. Just
Are you kidding? Look at that, half the island's fucking disappeared. What do you mean it's under control?
Happens all the time.
Up there, look!
Yeah.
The giant orc just screamed and everything just went all foggy. What's going on?
Lynn,
Yeah.
because Rickard are distracting these 2 guards here, and because these 2 guards are in the fog, and because I'm here, does that mean no guards can currently see me?
Yeah. No guard can
see me. No guard. Oh, so what can see me? Who can see me?
Well, this guy would be able to see you here, and this guy over here.
I was going to cast firebolts.
And depending on line of sight, I think this guy here would see anything shoot from this direction.
Yeah, I think you're right there, actually. I'm tempted to add to the chaos as well, actually.
I want to see this boat on fire, but I'm sorry that, I hate to be an asshole there, but
what does produce flame do? Produce flame is for 30 feet, yeah, and it's still an attack. It doesn't set things on fire.
That's a flamethrower. Yeah, that's a flamethrower.
Yeah. Ooh. No. No, I will be good. I
Yeah.
will be good. Yeah, no, you carry on, Lynn. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the other thing I'm going to just put out for the team to think about is, yes, chaos is being caused, but what is the purpose of the chaos?
The purpose is to determine what the
guards
level of reaction is. Also, in my opinion, the reason why I was trying to set the boat on fire was because that would possibly supersede the dockmaster, or it would get the dockmaster in trouble to the point where his superior comes out, so we would know where the target is. So my chaos has got a point. I'm pretty sure the other guy's chaos has got a point too.
I'm just trying to make people a bit suspicious of Crane.
Yep, and I was getting Crane to now turn and
Yep.
on all the other guards now.
Yep.
Sowing deceit. Excellent.
I need practice with this.
Which I feel is what Talisker would like, as long as we don't get found out. And I think that's where Lynn was going there.
Trying to go. Like,
Lynn would like Talisker will love it if we do all this. We don't get figured out.
Yeah.
We manage to finish the target. Then she'd be like, "Oh, fucking well done."
Hey, Rise.
I think that's where.
But if we destroy the fucking island,
if you start,
and one person
blowing
finds out, "Oh, we
ships
have to
up
kill
and,
everyone,"
doing
then
all this
we're
kind
in
of
deep
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, it's like, is the aim of what you're trying to do like worth
absolutely.
all that destruction? Like,
oh no,
is what I was trying to get at basically. So Crane is kind of still staggering through in the fog, but now has managed to find his way to being stood in front of Carl, who is a guard. So Crane kind of grabs at him and like pulls him really close so that he can see him, and he's like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" And Carl is obviously panicked. He's just like, "What? I haven't done anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong, sir. I can't control this." As they start kind of like not fighting, but like Crane is kind of like shaking Carl quite dramatically, as Carl is just panicked. Like he would have wet himself if anybody could see him. What is everybody else doing?
Mischief managed.
Yeah, agreed.
I would be like, what was his name in Crane? Crane, what are you doing, man? Carl has been right beside me this whole time. He's actually been saving me.
Something just stabbed me, and he's the only one I can see near me. For the guards, was it? And he like gets ready to throw a punch to hit Carl.
Can I hear this? I'm quite a way away, but I'm perceptive.
Oh yeah, Crane is like, he is yelling, like he is top of his voice, kind of yelling at Carl.
Great. I'm going to drop the fog cloud and let everybody see what's going on between these two.
Yeah, so everybody would see that Crane has pretty much like almost like lifted Carl off the floor and is getting ready to kind of throw a punch and is going to hit Carl. He got rid of my things when it reloaded me randomly. Jesus Christ. And he connects with Carl straight across the face, and you can hear like almost like bones crack in Carl's jaw as the punch connects. Carl kind of lets out a yell, and he's like, I didn't do anything. As Carl's buddy kind of runs over and he's like, "What, sir, put him down, he hasn't done anything. What's happening?" As the other guards are kind of like looking around, looking at each other, utterly baffled and confused, starting to kind of make their way over, not wanting to intervene, though they're just kind of stood there as these guys are going to walk past Rika and start heading up and they kind of like huddle in the at the corner of the dock, kind of like, what's happening? Why is he attacking him? What's going on?
And then I'm gonna like sort of push Carl back and sort of stand in between them and be like, I have no idea what manner of cursed beast your mother screwed under the full moon to make you, but I think you owe us an apology. And do that with vicious mockery.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Uh,
That is a wisdom save. 10. So that is a fail.
for psychic damage.
Yep.
And then he has disadvantage on his next attack turn.
Yeah, so he is gonna kind of like drops Carl because he like puts his hands up to his head and he's like, ugh, ugh, and then kind of tilts his head back and lets out a roar. And we are gonna be in initiative.
That didn't quite go as I planned.
Yeah, no, it fucking didn't, did it?
Well, actually, no, maybe it has, because
Maybe it has. You don't
all the
know.
guards will
Yeah.
probably be on our side.
Yeah, maybe.
All
That's a
right,
good
roll for
count,
initiative,
actually.
was it? Yep, okay, roll for
Yeah.
initiative.
Yeah, assuming
second.
that Crane wasn't. in
Wait, what a
contact.
good roll!
Wait, if
A bad roll.
this is a question, Lynn, quite an important one given the nature of our mission and the fact of stealth. If I roll initiative, that means I am definitely on the turn order and in combat. Is that correct?
Yeah, it means you're in combat. You don't have to attack, but it means you're in the combat.
Right. Okay, what the fuck is that? 10.12? 17.11?
It's because
Yeah, I can see that too.
It's because they have tiebreaker on, so basically they can roll 17.
Oh. Yep, fair enough. That makes it a bit easier for you. Yeah, alright, okay. I don't have to attack like you said. I don't have to attack.
Nice.
Okay. So Carl is kind of like dropped to the ground, obviously, when Crane kind of brought his hands up, and he looks pissed. And now that he's got a friend kind of by his side, he is going to draw his weapon, and he's going to be like, "Sir, I didn't do anything, but if you hurt me again, I will hurt you back." And he is going to ready an action with his mace to attack if Crane does. Rika.
Yeah, man, you gone quiet.
Suddenly a ship bursting into flames may actually be a very good idea at this point, because it may distract everybody to the point of removing combat. Because that could potentially go, look, see, it wasn't me that did anything. There's some seriously weird shit going on around here. Look at the fiery ship over there. If I can do it in a way that does not give us away, that's the key. So the guards that were on the ship now are no longer facing my direction. I'm assuming that all the guards in like this area and this area are focused purely on the giant orc that is screaming.
Yep.
Right, yeah. And I have got 25 feet of movement. And I am blind as shit because I can't see where the squares are. How many? Oh, idiot. Just measure. Stupid game. There we go. So, shit. Oh, thank you very much, Lynn. That is tremendously helpful. Oh, are these guards here? Oh, wait, sorry. Are these guards here actually making their way, did you say, along with these ones over here towards the orc? Or are they
They've
just
stopped
stood where
moving
they
now.
are?
They've stopped. So
Right.
they stopped and they're basically huddled, like, together, basically, going, what the hell is going on?
Okay. Do I have jumping speed, don't I?
I don't know. I don't have your character sheet up.
Sorry, I do apologise. That's not what I meant. What I meant is any character that has walking speed can jump as long as they make the correct checks. Is that correct, DM?
Yeah.
Thank you. You cover a number of feet up to your strength if you move at least 10 feet. Could I get a rule in? I want to jump onto the ship somehow to save me a bit of movement speed, I think. I'm just not quite sure how to do that because I've never had to before.
So you would. So you mean you want to like jump to here or whatever?
Well,
don't
not
wanna have to
not
walk.
necessarily from where I am. Obviously, I'd rather like shorten the gap a little bit. It's just I'm not going to be able to make the gangplank in one turn. So I was hoping to maybe get to here and then yeet over somehow, possibly,
Oh my god.
if that's doable.
Yeah, you'd have to make a acrobatics check to jump.
Right.
over.
So it'd be from here, you said, and then an acrobatics check.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give that a try. Thanks, Lynn. Sorry, it's just that I'm having to figure out how to word things.
Yep. So you managed to land on the ship.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Okay. Now.
You can't move any further now.
No, yeah, I can't move any further. What I'll do then is I will set a timed device to explode. I know there's something wrong with my brain, guys. For some strange reason, I want to set fire to this ship.
Really?
My brain is telling me it's the way, boys and girls. So yeah, that's a remote bomb. So I'm just going to tick that off. I would like to set there a remote bomb that I can either. Where is it? The bomb will not ignite immediately. Instead, it ignites after 1 minute or when you ignite it as a bonus action. So basically, I've set that there. That's all my movement speed. I can't action dash because I've just done the action of setting the bomb. Is that correct, Lynn?
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, that's me done.
Okay.
Thank you very much for helping me there, Lynn. Do things that I have never done before. I really appreciate that. First time playing an artificer, guys. Yay!
Okay. So Crane is going to attack Carl because he is in a rage, which is going to trigger Carl's attack back.
Does have disadvantage
Yes, he does have
on his attack.
Yeah, Crane does. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Crane does.
I was like, I don't think Carl does. Don't give him a disadvantage.
No.
He doesn't need that.
But not lovely Carl, who's been so helpful.
He has got advantage because he's got a buddy next to him, which is useful because that meant that hit. And Crane is at disadvantage. Let me just put that on actually. So he is disadvantage as he attacks Carl. It does not matter. You got 21.
Don't die, Carl.
Yeah, he kind of brings this great axe down straight through Carl's kind of shoulder, his collarbone. It's a deep cut. Carl is screaming his head off. And then he's going to make another attack. Just that.
On Meshach, I'm guessing?
No, he is just completely focused on Carl.
Boy's finishing his work.
Pulls the kind of great axe out from Carl's shoulder and slams it down again into the same kind of wound that was there before, and finishes Carl off.
Lynn, before you do that,
Yeah.
before you do that, so I've got a spell, and so it says, put a spell on you. So hold on. So I can turn momentary uncertainty into encouragement from a creature. So when I can use silvery barbs when I see a creature. Oh no, it's within 60 feet. Is he within 60 feet? I don't think he is. Nuts.
No, it's not.
No, it's far too far. No, it's too far. Never mind.
Yep. So you've basically just seen Misha. You've just seen Carl be pretty much cut in two in front of you as he drops to the floor, and Crane lets out a roar. This guard here is wide-eyed, looking absolutely terrified.
I see.
Yep.
Mishak does not care.
Okay.
It's like one less stupid human. But I see. He's like horrified. It's best acting ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I see. If we save him, the guards will be more on our side.
Well, we can't save him now. He's fucking dead.
I have spare the dying.
All right. Well, get closer then. Mishak will put out his hand towards Crane and use command
Okay.
and yell, "Strip!"
What?
Okay.
So it's a strip. It's a wisdom DC
save.
15.
Yeah, he failed.
Okay, so this should hopefully remove his armor
Yep. Okay.
and make him encumbered because he's obviously using his turn to have to put down his weapon, to be taking his clothes off and all that sort of stuff.
Down. Sorry.
And in the process, I will be to one of the loudly to one of the other guards. Get whoever is in charge on this island. This man's gone crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Is that everything?
Yes.
Okay. Vic.
Is Cal? That's Cal, isn't it? That's been.
Carl is. Yeah, he's down.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Cal. Like Kal-El. Apparently not. Is he like full dead, or is he like rolling saves?
He would be rolling saves.
Okay. I don't know his name's Carl, but I'm gonna hobble up. I'm only gonna run like half speed because I'm pretending to be worse than I am. And I'm just gonna say, "Sir, be safe!" And I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on Carl at 2nd level.
Okay.
Oh Jesus, for 7.
I mean, yeah, it's enough to bring him back to life, I guess. With 7 HP. As he kind of splutters and coughs and it's like laying on the floor. Anything else?
I'm just gonna say, "Guards, help! My powers are limited." And I'm gonna continue to try looking old. My powers are not limited. I'm very strong. I'm done.
Okay. Salah.
Sorry, I was trying to multitask and fail miserably. Yeah, can I? Could I? Could I Misty? No, I don't want to do that. Could I potentially bonus action before I attack Link? Because what I'm kind of thinking is, could Salah Misty step up onto the roof of this building here, and then while I'm kind of out the way of everyone else, cast a cantrip on Crane to weaken him? Is that something I could do, Lynn?
Yes, so how far can you Misty Step?
30 feet. So I was thinking just getting a little bit closer. So I think if I go... No, I don't want to do that. It's the wrong button. So it's this one. So if I was thinking if I Misty Step up onto the roof over here...
Yep.
So, and then what I could do, that would probably give me close enough to actually attack him with a cantrip. Are you okay with that, Lynn?
Yep.
Sweet. So
I will have to. You'll have to not. So I'll have to put you like here or whatever. In fact.
Yeah, fine.
Because otherwise you're gonna be we'll just say you're on the roof because otherwise you'll be in the building and then you won't be able to see what's happening outside.
Okay, okay, yeah. Because I was thinking, I was aiming to be kind of out the sight, out of eye level for most of things, and so let's just say I was up there. Wrong one. Let's snap to there, and so if I was there, that's 40 feet. It was about there, weren't it, Lynn?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go with that range, if I look at my cantrips, I'm thinking. Ooh, can I use Toll the Dead on him, please, Lynn?
Yes.
So that's a Wisdom save of 14, please.
Okie dokie. Toll the Dead, you just point at them, don't you?
It says you
Sure,
point
you
at one
point and
creature you
they
see
hear
within range. Yeah.
like the noise in their head, don't they? So nobody
Yeah.
would
They do, yeah.
know that you were attacking him. That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
So yep, that's fine. That's a Wisdom save. He got a 14.
14. So that's a succeed, isn't it? Yeah.
What's your DC?
My DC. That feels like a stupid question. I should know the answer to.
Hang on.
It just says Wisdom save of 14.
Yep. Okay. Yep. That's fine. Yeah. So he saved.
Okie dokie, no worries then. I tried. And yeah, I'll just stay up here for now then, because I can't do anything else.
Okie dokie. And because we're back at the top of the turn order, we will take a quick 10-minute break there.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So
I do need a wee.
Yeah, so at 1:45 we'll come back.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. We are back around to the guards. This guard is... Oh my god, I'm on the wrong layer. This guard is going to use his movement and his action to run. 5, 10, 15...
Wait, who's running?
30 to go up there.
What? Oh.
And good old Carl, who's now back up.
Oh god.
Is going. He's pretty annoyed, to be honest.
I'm just gonna say these are like fucking like thieving.
Pretty much
It's
cut in
like
half.
a thieves' port, isn't it? Yeah.
So he's gonna attempt to hit Crane with his mace again. That is a nat 20.
Ooh.
Yes.
So he is gonna be like, yeah, absolutely, screw you.
They're like them apples.
And then he's gonna hit him again with another nat 20.
No.
So he kind of like gets up, still pretty badly wounded, let's be honest. It's like it didn't get much HP back. And like as Crane is kind of like roaring and like kind of beating his chest, showing off. Yeah. Like Carl kind of like stands back up and kind of like yells in his face and then hits him twice, like straight up, like one side of the head and then on the other side of the head with the mace, as he kind of like is attacking. This guy here next to Carl is now going to get involved because he's Carl's friend. He's just seen Carl pretty much nearly cut in half, so he's also going to attack with a... Does that hit? Only one of them will hit, but hey, damage is damage. As Crane is kind of like roaring and yelling as he's getting absolutely battered by these maces, but it's giving him like bloody noses and scratches on his face, but he doesn't seem overly phased. Rika.
Okay, DM, I'd like to yeet my dwarf ass off this boat back onto the pier.
Yes,
I was thinking just before I do it though, because obviously, like I say, I'm starting to try and do a new thing, and know what I'm going to do before I start talking bollocks.
1 second,
Because that's not.
rescue my slipper from my dog.
Is he still chewing them?
Get off that.
Literally, she's got these little slippers that are pink alpaca slippers, and her dog like eats everything, and he thinks that the pink alpaca slippers are his like little squeaky teddy toys.
I'm back.
That's amazing.
So you're gonna
Amazing.
yeet yourself off the boat. I've rescued the.
Ideally, I'm gonna yeet myself to like there.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I'm talking is because I'm struggling to put this into words, and I've sometimes fucked up on this before. I want to use my full amount of movement to get away from the dangerous ship,
Right.
but like blowing up the ship is a bonus action, so I don't need to worry about that. But basically, I'm trying to get to where I've just pointed, and then action dash from there. Is that possible if I pass my acrobatics?
Yeah, so to do
Right.
your acrobatics, so you're wanting to go to there, yeah? Oh, you can't see it. Hang on, let me show you where I'm measuring. That would be useful. To there.
About there, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's 15
And then
feet, so then you'd have another
Yeah.
10 feet of normal movement. So you could go to like further up, so 10 feet further up.
I'm trying to I'm trying to get
and
to
then
about
you could
here
action dash another 25
just to get to
feet.
here, yeah.
Yeah. So that's absolutely fine, assuming that you pass your acrobatics check.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about all that, guys. This is where I don't pass my acrobatics, and I'm a swimming dwarf.
Yeah, you don't pass your
Yeah,
acrobatics, and
yeah.
you're a swimming dwarf. You kind of catch your foot on the edge of the ship
Ah,
and
shit.
just literally nosedive straight into the water next to. So now you're in the water. Any water movement is difficult terrain.
Right.
So it'll cost you double, basically.
Okay.
So 5 feet
Is there anywhere near me where there's ladders back up onto the pier?
No, so the ladders up onto the pier are here.
Right. In that case, is this an
Yeah,
overhanging
slipper.
pier? This is an overhanging pier, right?
Hopes and prayers. I've just seen that.
Yeah, I've just seen that too.
Yeah, as in there's water underneath it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to swim under there.
Okay.
So how much movement have I got left? Because did that take 5 feet from me?
Yeah,
So I've
so that
got
would be
20.
5
So
feet.
literally, I've got 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to move under the
can go
pier
to
just to
here.
there,
Yeah, all there, yep. Yep.
and then bonus action, blow the fucking ship up.
Okay.
Now, if memory serves, it doesn't necessarily have to be a large explosion, but I just need to double check something. Remote bomb. I'm trying to figure something else out, Lynn. Hold on, please. Yeah, I know it ignites that. That's not what I'm trying to worry about. I'm not worrying about me being ignited. Yeah, nope, that's absolutely fine.
Yep, so you just need
Yeah.
to roll damage. So you need to roll your 3d6, because obviously it
Oh,
can't
yeah.
make a dex save, it's just going to
Yep.
catch on fire. Okie dokie, yeah. So it is now on fire. Do I have any?
I would have put it near, like, somewhere where it would have definitely spread, possibly to the sail.
Well, it was where you... Yeah, so you...
Oh, yeah,
put it
that's
where you
fine.
were,
That's
yeah.
fine. Yeah. 10 feet in every direction, basically, is on fire right now.
Will that fit on there? Yes.
Oh wow, that looks cool.
Oh, yeah. I did that. That was me.
That looks amazing.
And obviously, I'm under the pier.
Mm-hmm.
so I'll just try and deal with that situation as it comes.
Yeah, you're going to have to swim a long way.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't have to. There is something I can do, but I just don't want to do it yet. I'll only do it if I really need to.
Okie dokie. Right, so we are back to Crane, who is going to let out another roar.
I was just going to say before he does, Lynn.
Yeah.
I was just reading the command instructions.
Oh,
the one that I
you'll
gave,
have to-
and it says he does it on his next turn.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's actually undressing now. So
His turn is undressing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's just been absolutely battered with some maces, and his response to that, much to Carl and his friends' utter confusion, is that he puts his great axe down briefly and starts undressing, starts taking off his armor and things like that. Carl and his friend just look at each other and then look back and are just kind of shaking their heads in utter bafflement. It's round to you then, Mishak.
Yes. Well, while he's doing that, can I pick up his axe
Sure. Yeah, I guess so.
and try to, as strong as I can, sort of go yeet and try to throw it towards the water? Actually, I can probably move away without. Would he get an opportunity attack if I move away?
But no, because he's probably undressing and doesn't have a weapon.
And you
in
went
his
attacked
hand.
him.
Yeah. And he's not focused on you, so yeah, you can move away if you want to.
Right, so I'm going to grab his axe and run it to the side and go joink and drop it in the water.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Anything else?
You got this, Carl.
Bardic, was that?
Yes, Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
You got this, Carl.
Right. Okay. Vic.
What are the guards doing? Are they just watching?
So one guard ran away, like started running as fast as he could up to the north. These guards are just stood like mouth open, not knowing what the hell's going on, and obviously Carl and his friend are beating the crap out of Crane.
I think Vic is just he's gonna shout at the guards and say, "Help! Help that man!" And then he's gonna make a very big like song and dance about trying to heal Carl again, and just be like, "Oh, Saluna, save you!" Who he doesn't pray to, but that's fine. And then I'm just gonna cast another healing word.
Okay.
Just at first level. I'm not wasting all my spell slots on this guy. I don't actually care, but you know.
Okay. Yeah.
First level is more healing. What a delight. And I'm not going to get any closer because I have no wish to. I'm just going to like hunch over on my staff like I'm exhausted from this magic. And I'm done.
Okay. Salah.
So, Lynn, I am going to try again for the Toll the Dead, if that's okay, please.
It is, yes. It's a wisdom, isn't it? Wisdomous.
For 14, please. Yes.
19.
What's you? 19?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So that won't work.
No.
But then, as a bonus action, can I use my telekinetic to shove Crane 5 feet away from Cal? So could I shove him to here, please? So I can shove him like 1 square back, if that's okay.
Let's have a look.
And would Carl get an opportunity attack?
You can shove one.
That's what I'm thinking.
To do so, it must succeed on a strength saving throw. When you do so, that must succeed on a strength saving throw. DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 3. Okay. Yeah, you can attempt to shove him. He is going to make his save. Yeah, he got a 20 on a strength save, so you cannot move him.
Okie dokie. I tried at least.
Yeah, he's not easily moved. I assume that's everything, unless you're having some movement?
No, I'm quite comfy up here on the roof where I'm out of the way, so I'll stay up here. Thank you.
Okay. So the guard that kind of ran up and ran around the corner, you can hear him kind of yelling, and he's like, "Sir, I don't know what's happening, sir. There's something going on." As people appear coming down from, I just need to add a hello. Oh, I can't because of where he is. I'm gonna have to move him down. so that I can add it here. God's sake. What is Rosemary doing? I can't add him. Okay, he's just going to move with the thugs. So he has 2 more guards and a better dressed gentleman start making their way down. And get to there. You would notice that the guards are kind of surrounding this new guy that has appeared on the scene. As he is kind of turning the corner, utterly baffled about what's going on. Carl is going to keep attacking. He is enraged. He's been nearly chopped in half. What is your bardic dice?
Plus 1d6.
1d6. Okay, so only one of those hit, even without the armor, because it was such a bad roll. The other guy's gonna keep bonking away as well. That one misses. That one hits. They are absolutely battering him with their mace hits, and they are doing damage to him, but he's just kind of like yelling back at them, like he just does not seem to care. Rika.
Hold on a minute, please.
Holding on.
Sorry about that, Lynn. I was just eating crisps and I didn't think you'd want all that noise. Okay. Does action dash work as the swim option?
Yeah, but again, everything's halved.
Oh yeah, that's why I was going to say. So if I action dash, because I've got 25 feet of movement, if I action dash, that gives me 50, but that would still only give me 25 swim movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's what I was hoping for. So when I can get this stupid measuring device on. Yeah, it'd probably be easier to move south 25, so 5, 10, 15. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't have my glasses on, so... And Roll20's being a little bit laggy, so... And I forgot to zoom in, like a bell end. So yeah, that's me. No bonus action. I'm just going to try and swim my chunky little dwarf ass to the ladders.
Yep. So Crane is now naked and without his great axe. So instead, he is going to kind of like lean down and pick up a spear that he had with him and start poking, stabbing, I guess, not poking, at poor Carl with a miss. And there we go. That is a hit, unfortunately, as he pokes at Carl's face and stabs him straight through the eye. Carl lets out a scream. Mishak?
Suppose I'm kind of out of the way now, aren't I?
Yeah.
People aren't really looking at me.
Nope.
Sweet. I am going to cast Mind Sliver.
Yep.
On him. I succeeded an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's go. 4?
Oh, I think maybe not.
Yeah, I think maybe not too.
10 psychic damage. And it must subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
1d4. 1d4. Okay, okay. Anything else? Any movement or anything?
Yes. I'm going to move. I can't grab my token. I'm going to move down to the edge of the dock here. And that will do for me.
Okie dokie. Just putting Marcan on the actual thing. And Vic.
This well-dressed fellow, do we recognise him?
You do not recognise him. You've not seen him before.
Right.
Assuming you mean the guy that came with the guards up here.
Yeah, that chap there, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to do anything, you know. I actually don't mind this little orc getting into some trouble. I don't wish to waste any more spell slots. I think I'm gonna say again, Saluna save you, and just kind of prestidigitation like wisps of smoke as if I'm just out of gas.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got no spell slots left.
Yep.
You just be like, oh no, and I'm gonna come back 10 feet and I'm done.
Okie dokie. Salah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't. In fact, you know what? I still want to do some damage to him. I feel like I've not been contributing all that much. So I am going to try a Toll the Dead on him and see what happens, Lynn.
Okie
So,
dokie.
again, if you.
Wisdom.
Wisdom 14. Yeah. Does that subtract the Mind Sliver from Meshach's roll thing?
Yeah, he has failed anyway, though, even without that.
Okay, so that's 2d12 then?
Yep.
Let's note that one. 2 of those. So that is 11 damage, 11 necrotic damage, please.
Okie dokie. Yeah. Anything else?
Can I try shoving him again, please, Lynn?
Yep. That is strength save. 24 he got.
Okie dokie. Never mind. Thank you, Lynn.
Okie dokie. Right, so as this well-dressed gentleman rounds the corner, he is mouth open wide, looking at the chaos, just like, what? Like, there's a ship on fire, there's his guard and his dockmaster fighting, and he is going to rush forward. And then action dash to there, and it's going to be like, Crane! What? Enough! Stop this! And immediately Crane kind of drops his weapon, and Marcan looks at Carl as well, and he's like, stop! Enough! And he kind of lowers his weapon as well, and you are out of combat.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm just going to interrupt before any fucker says anything. The dwarf is going to quickly get out of the water.
Yeah.
Is there any ladders
Wow.
on...
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, you see. There's ladders there, but is there any ladders on the southwestern area?
No, if you can't... I know your
shit.
map's being funny, but no, there's no ladders there.
Right. Okay, no problem. So yeah, he's just going to swim up to there and, like, quickly just orientate his chunky little... No, you're not going back in the water. What the fuck is going on? Get out of there.
He is. He's like,
No, he's not.
It.
No,
Loved
he's
it down
not.
there.
Just yeeting himself back into a drink. He's like, psh. Is there any ladders on this part of the pier?
Nope. So the only ladders on the map are
Just them.
those ones.
Yep. Nope. That's fine. Yeah. I just wanted to get out of the water and stand here. That's all. I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, Marcan kind of like steps forward. He's like, "What is going on here?" Looking at these two absolutely battered members of his team as they both start kind of talking at once. Carl's like, well, he said that I stabbed him and I didn't. And Crane's like, I was injured. The guards are against me, sir. The guards are against us. They've turned on us. And Marcan's kind of like, what on earth are you talking about? Why would they turn on us as they're having like a heated discussion? Kind of Marcan managing to maintain some level of control as the three that were with him kind of make their way over and are stood by Marcan, obviously to protect him. What is everybody else doing?
Was it a talisman or token that we were meant to be getting from him?
It was like I think it was a necklace or something.
An amulet, yep.
Yeah, an amulet on a necklace, yeah.
Is it visible?
Roll perception for me.
Do we now know this is Marcan?
I think given the way everyone's reacted to him, it'd be a safe bet.
Wait, didn't the orc even say his name, Lynn? Like,
Did,
when
yeah.
he came around the corner, did the orc go, Barkham?
No one said his name. I said his
Oh,
name.
no. No, you descripted his name. Sorry, I apologise.
But no, the orc hasn't said his name. He's just referred to him as Sir, which, obviously, knowing what you know already, you could probably make an assumption. You can't quite tell. It looks like he has got something under his shirt, like around his neck under his shirt, but you can't, like, tell if it's an amulet or... you're just not sure whether he's wearing something else underneath, like some armor or something underneath it, and that's what's distorting the shirt a little bit.
Okay. Right. Andy is going to fly back over. We've been chatting telepathically, and he's going to remove the bang of the Faceless from like my back of my belt loop. And he hasn't got much more movement, so just sort of move back to on top of whatever that crate thing is for now. And remaining invisible. Guys.
What is anybody else up to? What's Vic doing? What's Rika doing? What's Salah doing? Is he still up on a roof?
Yeah, I'm thinking because he's watching from up there and he's seeing this gentleman walk along who's quite... I'm assuming that this new gentleman is quite... Is he well dressed, Lynn?
Yes.
So could I roll perception to see what he's got on him, see if he's got anything of note or anything of import the script, if that's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was also wondering similarly. I've got disadvantage on perception because I'm in... Is it like full daylight?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I've got disadvantage.
Yeah. Your old eyes can't see that far. Yes, they
Doesn't
can.
matter.
Yes, they can see that far.
Luna, save me!
Yeah, so everybody else that's kind of looking at him would see that he is particularly well dressed. He's wearing quite fitted, like studded leather armor. He's got a shield kind of slung over his back. And Vic and Rika would be able to see that he is wearing a necklace of some kind. You can't see what the actual medallion looks like because it's tucked inside his shirt, but you can see the chain of the necklace.
Yeah, Rika's gonna try and just squeeze past these guards here and get to the front of this ship with these guards that he did actually, he was actually kind of talking to a bit ago because they told him off for getting on the ship that is now on fire. So they're really shitty guards because it's now on fire. And he's just gonna say to them, because obviously he don't want to associate with like Meshach and the other ones yet. He don't want to give the game away. So he's just going to be like, who the hell is that guy? Oh, by the way, guys, your ship's on fire.
They kind of like look back over their shoulder, shrug, and they're like, it ain't our ship. And then kind of look back towards where they were, where the fight was going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's Captain Marcan. Only one that can sort that out.
Shit. Oh, well. and then Rick is just going to act as if he's just a nobody, just wandering off over here, just to like almost like he's looking, but he's trying to find a line of sight that's not got anybody in it, so he can see how it goes on. You know, almost like one of those neighbours that's just come out in the fucking dressing gown, watching some dramatic shit going on the street. That's how he's trying to portray himself.
Mhm.
Like just ooh, what's going on? So he knows that it's Markham. So he's basically, for his purposes, he has target acquired, basically.
Mhm. So
It
as
was-
that's kind of going on, Marcan has kind of managed to obviously stop them fighting. Crane kind of like limps away as Marcan has kind of put his hands in between them to like separate them. He's like, I will not have disorder like this on my island. You're supposed to be setting an example, and kind of like steps towards Crane and starts kind of really like ripping him a new one. He's just like, how dare you turn on the guards like this? Like, properly having a go while Crane's trying to get a word in to be saying basically, no, they attacked me, but Marcan is not listening.
Yes, sir. I take it you're in charge of this island.
Marcan kind of like turns his head and he's like, yes, can I, what, why?
Well, I would just like to say that this man, he has been completely unreasonable since we arrived earlier today. And the good Sir Carl over there has been very helpful. This weird monster started attacking the markets. Carl was the first in to try to break up the problem. And then things got out of control when this thug here arrived.
I see. So, you're saying that Crane caused this?
Yeah, he was there, he roared, fog appeared, and then he came blasting out of the fog, shouting nonsense, and lunged at Carl there and practically cut his arm off.
Roll persuasion for me, because I guess you're telling the truth as far as what actually happened.
As far as you know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Marcan kind of like is just absolutely, you can see he's just absolutely baffled, but he believes what you're saying. Kind of turns back to Crane and he's like, why would you do, guards, arrest this man. And the guards that were with him kind of step forward. Crane does not attempt to fight them, as he's quite badly wounded himself and naked. So, yeah, they take his spear off him. One of the guards has got that. They kind of like grab him by an arm each and start kind of marching him off back towards the fort.
If I was playing literally any of my characters other than Vic, I have such a good plan, but Vic is not chaotic enough.
As
Oh, yeah,
as they go past,
Mhm.
could I just like quickly get to like that? No, where they were. That's
Oh.
absolutely fine. He wouldn't be like right up their ass. He'd wait for him to get past, but then he'd kind of like just go under the tree and then just watch where they actually go specifically, just so he's got a mental note
Yeah, so they literally
of precisely
take him,
their location.
yeah, they literally take him to the fort that you've seen in
Yeah.
distance. So
Yep, that's fine. He'd just monitor that and then he'd go back under the shade of the tree and just keep watching.
as they kind of lead him away, Marcan kind of turns back to Mishak and is like, well, all I can do is apologize, I guess. I obviously need a new dockmaster.
Well, I could highly recommend Carl. He seemed to be a very upstanding fellow.
Well, I don't think he's in a fit state to do anything right now.
No, clearly not at the moment. But I mean, once he's recovered, the men seem to rally to him, and he seemed to be a very take charge kind of fellow.
Well, I'll take that on board. if that's everything seems to have calmed down here for now.
Can I be hobbling up just slowly as this is all going on as well?
Yeah.
Also, is his necklacey amulet thing, is it out or is it under his...
It's underneath his shirt, so you can see the chain of it. So like as he's moving and things, obviously you can see that he is wearing something around his neck. But it is underneath his shirt.
How thick is the chain?
How thick is the chain?
Yeah.
It's just a normal like silver chain. It's not particularly... He's not like a gangster or anything. It's not like wearing a big, thick chain. It is just...
Chock bling!
Yeah.
So Salar, seeing everyone else moving around, would actually jump off the roof, and as he does so, would I be able to cast Featherfall on myself to slow my landing down, Lynn?
Yes.
Is that some... So I will do that then. So it saves using another second spell slot. So then what I would do is I would just... So Salar would simply just float down to the ground and slowly make his way over from this side, and watching as Meshach converses with this man. And I don't think I know this is Marcan yet, would I?
Again, you could possibly have assumed that it is, given that it's somebody very well dressed. He had enough authority to stop the fight that was going on, and have the Dockmaster taken away. So you would kind of probably assume that is what's going on. As everything is calming down as well, the guards are kind of dispersing. So these guys kind of head off and go into the inn, and the others are kind of stood around as some sailors come rushing out and start throwing water onto the ship to try and combat the flames. But the guards are not helping or anything. They're just kind of stood watching as the sailors are doing that. As Carl's friend here is obviously, holding up his friend and trying to be like, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay." Getting bandages out and things like that.
As I'm hobbling up, I'm going to say, "Oh, Sir Luna, thank you, sir, for..." My voice has changed again. We're just going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your help. And I'm looking up at... I mean, how tall is this guy?
He's probably like 6'1", 6'2". He's kind of average height for a human.
I'm just looking up. Oh, bless you for breaking up that terrible fight. I'm going to go and tend to this gentleman, but can I bless you?
Sure.
For your help?
And he kind of like raises his eyebrow, just a little bit confused.
I'm only small, so you'll have to bend so I can tap your shoulders in the way of Saluna.
Yeah, so he leans forward, and as he does, the amulet kind of slips forward.
Fucking hell.
Top.
Right. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to look at the amulet, please.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right. I'm just going to look at the amulet, and I'm just going to like tap on either side of him, and I'm going to go, "Oh, bless you, bless you." And then I'm just gonna say thank you, sir. And I'm just gonna come up and I'm gonna just like make a fuss and do a medicine check on this chap. But I'm not actually. Again, I just want to have seen the amulet up close at least once.
Yep. So the amulet has got the kind of traditional skull and crossbones kind of emblazoned on it. It looks like it was maybe it's like a gold amulet. It looks like it was maybe a coin of some description at some point. That has been adapted.
Great, perfect. I can use that later. Can I just do a medicine check on this?
Yeah.
On Carl.
Yeah. So Carl is rough. Carl is looking extremely, extremely rough. He's got very, very deep wounds that are still kind of bleeding. His friend is trying to like bandage them up, but obviously it's just the blood is just pouring through the bandages. It's like the friend doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna get my herbalism kit out and just like dab some. Not actually anything that is gonna do a great deal.
Yeah.
Probably just make a show of it.
Yeah.
I've done what I needed to do. I'm done.
Okay. Anybody else?
Would I have See, sorry, go on.
There you go. You go.
No, you're closer. You go.
Oh, okay. So it was Captain Markham, wasn't it?
Marcan, yes.
Marcan, I
Welcome
do
to
apologize.
the island. I'm sorry, we don't normally have trouble here.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was going to say. I mean, I'm here on business and meant to be meeting my employer is meant to be meeting people in the next day or two. But I'm now concerned that this promotion, if word gets out, might scare them away and ruin our deal. I mean, what is this normal?
It absolutely not. We'd never have trouble like this. Normally, Crane, normally he controls any problems or anything rather than cause them. I can't think what got into him.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
You said you had a contact?
Yes, my employer does. I mean, I'm just here to escort him and make sure his goods are delivered. I don't know all the details myself,
Roll deception for me.
but what was it? Deception?
Deception, yeah.
Where is the D?
So, Lynn, would I be able to overhear Meshach talking at this point? Oh, I was saying maybe it doesn't matter anymore.
No, not with the 23. It probably doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, so as you're like, I'm very concerned about my... He kind of like takes a breath and then goes, oh, no, let's not turn business away from the island. If you're concerned about the safety of your employer, was it? Or your contact? Perhaps you could meet them in the fort. It's much more secure. There's guards there all the time.
With the cargo.
That would actually, I'm sure, provide him much relief. And as a token of goodwill, maybe we have brought... Oh, shit, we haven't. Maybe we can dine with you this evening and provide some company.
Oh, yes, of course. Head up to the fort. And like he takes out a piece of paper and starts kind of like scrawling on it and gives you a piece of paper. He's like, "This'll get you past the guards."
I take the note from him and go, thank you. Are you fond of a nice red? We have brought one or two with us. Maybe we can share it over dinner.
Well, yes, of course. I love fine wine myself.
Excellent. Well, then we shall attend to our business down here and make our way to the fort, and we will look for you this evening for a bite to eat and a glass of this wine.
What's all this? A dinner? I'm but an old soul, but I wouldn't say no if an offer were extended. No. I don't know these guys.
Yeah, so he kind of like looks at the fact that you've obviously been helping Carl, and he's like, "Oh, well, of course, I can see that you've been very helpful here with Carl. So yes, the more the merrier, after all." And he kind of
thank you, sir. And I give a little bow.
Yeah, he kind of like nods at Meshach, and then he's like, "Well, till later then," and starts heading off.
And good luck with Crane. I think that could be an interesting one for you.
Kind of like stops, turns and is like, "Yes, well, I'll see he causes no more problems," and then carries on, heading back.
See, I was going to do something so stupid as he walked past, but I'm so glad I didn't. I was just going to try and lift it. I swear to God.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, because I'd have just gotten that one and he'd have literally just gone, "Dwarf, why are you holding my necklace?"
Yeah.
And how did you get on the island?
Who the fuck are
Yeah,
you?
it's a restless man.
Weren't you near that boat when it exploded when I ran around the corner? Fucking everything just falls apart.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh dear.
Amazing.
Yep.
No, I was laughing at your fucking.
This guard kind of gets manages to get Carl to his feet and then starts kind of like very slowly taking him back to what you would assume is the fort, obviously, to get some.
Good luck, Carl.
The lady be with you.
Hope the promotion goes well.
As they hobble off up towards the fort.
I love how the fucking ship's still on fire. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I was just gonna make that smaller actually because they have been throwing water on for quite a while, so they are.
No, fuck it. No. It was an incendiary device. It won't get smaller.
As I'm going to walk past Rika, I'll just sort of, under my breath, to the side of him going, to the window.
To the wall. Sorry.
The sweat
Yes.
now, mate.
So, like,
That's where I was.
Rickard would follow him.
No, follow.
No, don't follow
To
him
the
in this
window.
window here.
Yeah, to the window. Yeah.
The window.
Because I'm assuming, didn't you say a lot of guards went back into the...
So yeah, some of the guards went back in. So this guy
Yeah.
is still out cold.
Oh, okay.
And the other two are just kind of sat, and you can they're not talking quietly or anything. You can hear them literally being like, "What just happened?" They're like being very like just in shock at what the hell just happened. Oh god, are you going to the toilet again?
Honestly, I didn't move. I thought you'd moved me to the toilet, Lynn.
No, I didn't move you. I don't know what happened there. I'll put you
He's
back.
making smells, boys and girls.
I was like,
Making
what?
another smell to
Lynn
sneak
confident,
in the
right?
door. Hugh, I totally did not read that earlier when you were like to the window. I thought you meant the fucking window next to the door into the bar. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's talk over here.
No, but now, hopefully, the guards are just sort of patrolling around, and when there's a gap, we're going to try to yeet you in the window.
It's just the civilians that are
Oh, no.
two
Yeah,
in the
so
street.
this guy is now
Hey,
kind of
guards.
I'm assuming the guards are going to be.
yeah, the guards
sorry,
are still watching the people desperately try and sort out their fiery ship. This
Bullshit.
guy is like stood checking, even though nothing happened near his cart for there to be anything wrong. He is desperately checking to make sure that everything is okay. While this urchin is kind of lingering around these barrels, possibly with the intent to try and steal something.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But you wouldn't necessarily know that. You just
Oh,
know that he's
I mean-
wandering about and has been for a while. Once everything calmed down.
Hey, I know when someone's like fucking scoping something out. I'm a professional thief. Could I roll perception just to see if I actually can tell that he's scoping something out?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I would have thought your focus would have been on the window, but yes, you can roll perception if you want.
Well, no, my focus is on who's going to see my chunky dwarf ass fly
Yeah,
up
so
the
you
rope
can
and into the
see
window.
There is no rope. It's on the ground floor.
Oh, sweet.
So you would see that he seems to be like he's walking from one barrel, tapping on it, walking over to the other, tapping on that. Like it's clear that he's trying to figure out what is in the barrels.
Okay, well, because obviously I don't want anyone to notice me going into the window, and thank you so much for being ground floor because I'm a dwarf. I'm literally going to like walk over to him and just be like, "Oi, you,
He runs.
what you doing?"
As soon as you say anything, he starts running.
Like, what, he just bezzes?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it. Alright, okay. That'll do it. That's fine. I was going to unlock the fucking barrels for him and just be like, you didn't see me, I didn't see you, enjoy. But okay, that'll work too. Yep, so I'll climb in the window. Assuming someone's opened it from the inside.
Yes.
They haven't. I can't get in. My god! Oh my god! Oh, fuck! Where am I landing? So somehow I landed there.
Good work, team. That went surprisingly well. We've taken out the main threat, got an invitation to dinner.
That
and
guy that
no
came
one
around the
suspects
corner
a
is
thing.
the target.
Yes, I wasn't sure what we were doing to start with, but we got there.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Did anybody notice the necklace? Was he wearing a necklace? I thought I saw a chain around his neck, but all I got from the guards was that that's the target.
Yes, I got a good look at it. I could locate it if we needed to.
Oh, excellent. Did you know if it is magical or not?
Don't know, don't care.
Okay.
That's the target.
How are we going
Yeah.
to do him in?
Well,
Quiet or loud?
we've got an access up to the fort now. So
Excellent.
I'm afraid it's another trip in the crate for you.
What? Why?
Well, the invite's not for every man on the island. The invite is for myself and my employer. And Vic has managed to talk his way in as well with all of his help.
Listen,
Who
Rod,
has
I don't want to
saved
be
you?
in a fucking box on this island when shit's going down.
Well,
I'm
then
liable
you
to
can-
shoot at things that come anywhere near the box.
All right, well then you can wait by the dock till we finish the mission.
Buddy, I can walk through walls.
Okay, well that's going to be helpful when we need to get out. But walking in, the guards won't be expecting you to be wandering around. You won't know where you're going. Seems a bit risky. Crate seems the best option.
All right. Like Rick is just really deflated because he's getting stuffed in a box again. It's like, right, fine. Whatever works for the team. Let's get it done.
We've promised him wine, so we can. I'll pick up a bottle from the bar before we go up.
I mean, he fucking lives here. He's gonna notice that that's from the bar.
Yeah, I got a few tricks, my good friend.
And just a stupid question, but are you going to say, "Oh, here we are. We've come for dinner. This is our dwarf in a box. What you gonna tell him is in the box?"
We'll invite him back to our room.
What the fuck is going on? I don't think he's gonna be just like, "Oh, all right, I'll come down here." I think we should just get in there and do him while he's having fucking dinner, and then we
Well-
get the fuck out.
Well, there's more likely to be guards there. But if over dinner we tell him about our precious cargo and maybe get him interested in seeing it, we can get him to the room.
I suppose we could get him to the room, do him, and then stuff him in the box.
Yes, that's actually a very good idea because
Then we take the
No
box
one will
with
be-
us.
no, you walk through walls out of there. We
Wouldn't
are.
looking for him though, wouldn't he have like a battalion of guards with him at all
Agreed.
times?
Oh, not within the fort. That's his most comfortable place. It's home turf, and the guards will be doing their own stuff.
Yeah, but people will notice us wandering around with a fucking body, even if we're going to hide it. If we put it in the box and wait for the orc to pick us up, we take the
Yeah.
box with us, and halfway there, we dump it in the fucking lake.
No, we just leave the box for a while.
Oh,
We put him in the box, leave it. It's because no one's going to think to look in the box a while because it's our precious cargo. They won't want to tamper with guests of their boss. And that gives us time to get away.
How about
good.
instead, my good friends, since I am your employer, and Solar kind of uses air quotes at this point, how about myself and the dear captain go for a quiet private walk together, say along the top of the barracks of the fort, him and I talk about trading merchandise. I could have you three covering me in the shadows, and as a potential idea, he could possibly slip when there's no guards around, because it will only be just me that he can see, and he may unfortunately fall. At that point, someone could collect the necklace, and we could be off in the middle of the night with no one none the wiser.
I mean, the prince has got a point. An accident is a lot better and
And
easier to explain away.
Yep, I'm down with that. But except for we don't know what the perimeter is going to look like, how visible it's going to be. But it definitely can make an accident happen.
Agreed, an accident does sound like a better option, because then nobody's going to be looking for anybody if it's an accident.
Indeed.
Increases our chances of getting the shit out of you.
Exactly, good sir.
So are we in agreement? We try and make it look like an accident, and the dwarf goes in the fucking box.
The box. What more could he ask for?
Lovely.
Well, that was surprisingly quick to an agreement on a plan. I feel almost elated over the matter.
Wow.
Lynn, what time is it? And when is I'm assuming the meal is for this evening.
Yeah, we always agreed for this evening, and it's probably like 1-ish, 2-ish, maybe.
In the afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay. So yeah, Ricker just turned to the group and go, all right, so we figured out accident is preferred. We'll do that if we can. Otherwise, we just blow his fucking head off, take the necklace,
And
run through a wall, and leave. So what do we need? We need wine. We need possible layout and possible escape routes.
And some guards to carry you up.
Oh, see, Rika, how do you walk through walls? That's amazing.
Well. Wouldn't you like to know? As I stall for time while I find it on my sheet. Where is it? It is an artificer spell or ability, I believe. It can only happen once. Where's it gone? Oh, because I was going to waste it and use it when I was on the boat, and I'm glad I didn't. Fucking artificers, they've got so much things.
I've never played an artificer.
Oh, I'm absolutely so glad that I'm getting the opportunity to do so. I'm definitely going to play one again. Ah, there we are. It's
Sorry
5th
for
level.
distracting everyone, by the way.
Sorry?
Sorry for distracting everyone. Just with
No, it's okay. It's 5th level. Pass wall. It's a demolition spell. It lasts for an hour. A passage appears at a point of my choosing that you can see on a wooden, plaster, or stone surface, such as a wall, ceiling, or floor, within range, and lasts for the duration. You choose an opening's dimensions of up to 5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and 20 feet deep. The passage creates no instability in a structure surrounding it. When the opening disappears, any creature or object still in the passage created by the spell are safely ejected to an unoccupied space nearest to the surface on which you cast the spell.
wow.
So basically, they get yeeted. So if anyone followed us, and then I cancelled it or it ran out, they would get yeeted back out the way they came in. They wouldn't come out with us.
So it's just one wall then, not unlimited walls.
No, it's just the one, and that's what I was thinking. Like, obviously, because it's a fortress, so it's going to be a solid wall, but it's not going to be 20 feet thick, I don't think. So it's definitely a good emergency exit if we needed to run out.
I just want to point something out.
Oh, go on then.
You don't have any 5th level spell slot.
What? No, this is different. No. This doesn't actually use a 5th level spell slot. This goes by my artificer. What is it? What's it called?
I think so because it's a 5th level spell. So you have that ability, but you have to have a 5th level spell slot to be able to cast it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that we discussed this at a different time, and it was due to something I can't remember. It was that's it. It was due to the fact that he's an artificial specialist, and I don't know what it is in my head that's telling me this, but
so it's saying starting at 3rd level, you have them prepared. So you've always got them prepared, but you still have to have a spell slot to be able to cast it. So that's why it's on your sheet. So it's on your sheet to say, once you get a level spell slot, you'll be able to cast this, because you'll always have it prepared, so you can't unprepare it or whatever. But you can't cast it yet because you can't cast 5th level spells. So like, if you look, you can't cast Fireball either, because you don't have any 3rd level spell slots, or Fire Shield. But Flaming Sphere, which is one of your demolitionist ones, you can cast because you have spell slots for that.
Yeah, that's right, because I was going to use something like that. That's all right. So I can actually blow a hole in the wall.
No, dude.
Not very subtle, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
if we're running away, think about it. Do we really give a fuck about making a big, massive noise if we're already running?
And
if we're walking away, then that means we've done it right.
Well, we've also got one final hurdle. We need to get off the island at some point.
Wasn't the orc coming back for us?
Not for like 2 nights.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I could have us all walk on water.
How long does that last?
It lasts an hour, but it's a ritual spell, so I could just keep it going.
Oh!
Right? Because ritual spells don't take a spell slot if you take the extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think. Let me check.
No, that's right.
I've been looking at wizard spells lately because of certain things that I'm building, so yeah, I think that is right.
Or
just walk.
Imagine. Although I suppose you couldn't walk here because you had a giant box, actually. But I imagine you just coming
under
back
the
and
fucking
being
moonlight.
like, "Are you joking? I rode you all that way. You could have just walked it." Like, it'd be so annoying.
Yeah. Under the fucking moonlight, everyone's looking at the lake, and they're like, "Who are those fucking 4 people?"
Yeah,
Jesus.
Get you.
The other option, we don't know if it would work, but we could grab one of the smaller rowboats out there, and I could try to Eldritch Blast propel us along.
That sounds like a good idea. I could possibly maybe make us something mechanical that would propel us silently, but I don't know how long it would last. So I could potentially like engineer as a little like propeller out of specific components, but I don't know how long it would last. Could be like, obviously he's going to translate from 1 minute because I don't know where it actually is. Could be a few minutes, could be an hour, I don't know.
It's time to plan for 4 hours.
Here we go again.
Luckily, we had a few hours to be able to play it in this room before we had to head up.
Yeah, that is good. That's true. Yeah, sorry about that. OC, guys, sorry about that. I genuinely did think that I had that fucking pass wall. I'm so sorry, Lynn.
Yeah, no, sorry for exposing it. I just thought it was really cool.
I mean, no. At the end of the day, it's a
really
good job.
cool.
Yeah, it's a good job that you actually mentioned it now, because then it would have saved us actually using that as a linchpin of the plan and it not being able to be used.
Yeah, me just.
That's very true. Yeah.
I'm very glad that you called it. So don't ever change, Roz. Don't ever change.
Right.
You just literally saved me a massive headache.
While we're chilling in the room, working this plan out, would it would we be in here for at least an hour for a short rest?
I think we'd be in it for a long rest, the way we plan.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
I get my
but
spell slots back. Boop.
given the actual
Real time.
I will call it there, and we can pick up next time with the plan. And you know what? I'm chill about it because Faceless isn't supposed to be a one shot.